uptake.
Kanye did not.
Unlike the usual.
Huh?
They're restless folks. We're just gonna bring them live. They're.
Let's go.
See. What's up, guys? You ready to play?
Yeah.
Maybe if we don't get a fireball thrown at us again.
Yeah.
No promises.
I don't like the sounds
promises.
of that.
The Fireball Brigade is the group's name.
That's the motto of the Praetor's Rejects. No promises.
That's right. Damn right it is. No promises, no consistency. I'm here to deliver. Okay?
But
None
I'm here
of the
for
above.
consistency, lack of in promising fortunes.
What's up, Tara? Oh, we got a couple of viewers already to our end Tombstone. Oh, what's up, gentlemen and folks? Good to see y'all. All right, well, let's get started. We're here just coming out of the gates because they were, they were ready to play. They're ready to proceed forward. We have the full crew here tonight. Yes, shenanigans are in the house. Seriously, they've lost my damn beholder. Would you believe it? I cannot believe this. They cannot find it. I'm so pissed. But let's, welcome all to Thursday Night D&D on Praetor's Rejects for the episode 9, I think I put down there for Waterdeep Dragon Heist. 10. Is it 10? Did it? Uh-oh. 9, 10.
Yeah, you did put 10 on the bottom.
There you go.
I don't know.
Hey, I can't.
Don't know if 10 is right, but
I pulled it from the episode guide. Yes, Jeff, they did. Some bitches lost a big beholder in a box. I can't find it. That's unbelievable. Anyway, let's do our introductions. I think I just heard the wife unit come in. Oh boy, so the dogs are going to go crazy. But Abdul, you're up first. Say hi to everybody, please.
Hello, my name's Abdel. I'm a Goliath Barbarian. Nothing really changes, like always. Not much one for words, but for smashing and killing. Kind of his way of life, I guess. That's about it.
Okay. Osric.
Hello. My name is Osric. Osric Thornbottom. Played by Tim Roth. I uncharacteristically not on fire this evening. But yeah, I'm a former librarian, and then I guess I'm an amateur investigator at this point. Anyway, that's all about me for now. Thank you.
Genmare.
My name's Caleb. Play Genmare, High Elven Cleric, follower of Tor, and I'm acting as the party's healer. That's about it.
doubt.
Grey Axe.
My name's Grayax. I am the Dragonborn Paladin. I have undertaken my oath recently, so you might see some changes coming to the mix.
Lionel.
This one's name is Lionel Straight Arrow. This one is a Tabaxi Ranger. And glad to be back with you this week.
Hi, we're glad to have you back. We were lost without you.
Yeah, so
Be quiet.
You'll
Go drink some milk or something.
You'll feel the little one rubbing up on your leg, Lionel. It's taking a liking to you. Holy moly,
It
Rach.
will surely die quickly. This one promises he will not feel a thing.
Yes, Leah, our player, Leah, Loco, was not with us last week, so we did our best to play close to the vest. But it looks like he's got competition in the tavern now, because there's another cat.
I just couldn't bear to go on without a cat in the party. So I adopted one from the Aether. It's a celestial kitty cat, and her name is Maggie. I think she had a different name last week, but I don't remember. So when I say last week, I mean a few hours ago when I summoned it. But now it's Maggie.
That's right.
Cats really pick their own names. You call them a bunch of different names, and when they walk up to you, that's the name you stick with.
Okay.
It will soon be named Dead. Let's not stay away from me.
Wow. Jealousy in Tabaxi, so we did know that happened. Wow. Which one he wants to recap? Anybody? Loco, you did, and I take from your comments you reviewed the full session, so you're good at least understanding what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on.
I watched
Okay.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the disaster of me trying to mimic you. I do apologize once again. You have a certain quality about you, sir, that cannot be mimicked. Anybody? Gentlemen? Juniors? No? Wow. They just not stepping up to the plate. Well, folks, this crew has a knack for finding fireballs. Just, they like to be around them, apparently, and they, the outside main area on the street of the tavern and the surrounding area got blasted by a fireball, and in the ensuing mayhem and panic that ensued, they began to piece together the circumstances that revolved around what the hell happened here, and also had to stab off some scrutinous eyes of the watch and the great sergeant and magic protector, looking at them because they once again are in front of their front doorsteps. But they have got multiple clues, multiple things to research. They have found out that through some of the eyewitnesses that are alive, at least, that some type of puppet creature was up on the rooftop across the street from the alley. We'll bring up the old lovely Troll Sculpt alley. That in this section up here, that something was seen up there running across and lobbed a little ball down into the street, and blew up a bunch of people. But there was actually some type of chase going on with a dwarf and some of the Zentarum were after him. It might have been this actual dwarf named Dalakar was actually possibly dwarf or gnome. I can't remember.
Gnome.
It was a gnome. Yeah, gnome. I thought that was sounding wrong when I was saying it. It was actually possibly headed toward the tavern for some reason, and that Fala, as they were watching from their greenhouse, saw someone that survived the blast take something from the dead gnome and head off back over toward the bent nail, which ended up actually being toward a manhole cover, a sewer that was located there. And they followed that sewer, at least a path up to a north. Yeah. Whoa! Well, thank you. Appreciate that. The resub. They followed that trail several blocks westward, northwestward to a manhole cover that seemed to be where the victim went out, or the escapee, and to another street area. But there was possibly. Thank you for the follow there, Vidarosa. Appreciate it. Welcome to the Rejects. We're just getting started, so stick around and watch a little bit. Comment and let us know what you think. They followed it. There is a villa. The main thing that stood out was a huge villa area that was just north of the manhole cover. But nothing else was kind of seen from there. So they went back down, and then as this was all going on, and they were trying to piece more of the puzzle together, Rainier Nevermember came by to visit, and listening to the tale, said, well, he may have something more to give to this, and understanding that Dalakar was actually someone that was following him based from his from employment of his dad, who him and his Rainier and his dad do not get along. He wants nothing to do with the family anymore, and was possibly that Dalakar was on a mission to find something called the Stone of Galore, which had the abilities, possibly, it was rumored, to be able to find the stash of where all these great dragons and praetors are being hidden. And that he was going to say, don't do anything rash until he could make some connections with the Harper network that he's a member of. And he then actually has just sent a message back to y'all that believes that through his research that the description of the man that Fala saw Leaving the explosion was the a suspected member of the Black Network or the Zentarum by the name of Erstal Floxen. And if that was the case, he was then re-seen actually entering the Gralhund Villa shortly after that incident. And it was a report that was given to the Watch. The Watch went and spoke to the Lord of the villa, Lord Gralhund, and he assured them no one had broken into the estate. Everything was fine. And the City Watch, unfortunately, could not do any more with that. And aside from that, the only other thing that they possibly have any ability to is to somehow get to Dalakar's body ASAP, sooner than later, to see if they have ability to speak with the dead, to see if there's any clues that Dalakar could give them about what happened and how to proceed forward. And that is where we left it last week. So we pick up. The group is finding a few of these, have finished up the interviews, found the clues, and they're back at the inn. The unlucky die, as they call it. And we have seen. Up to you guys. What are we doing? Don't all speak at once.
Ginbear needs to take the necklace back.
Yeah, is anybody gonna go with me to do that?
What time of day is it?
What time do you want it to be, Osric? Late afternoon.
Thinking overcast or the late afternoon with the cool breeze coming in the window.
Lino, you want to go with me?
This one will go. But when is the ceremony for the speaking to the dead?
Y'all,
Not sure.
so what you know so far is that you would probably have to find somebody to do that. That you're trying to get there before they do anything. The City Watch took the dead bodies out of there, and they do know. Rainier was able to. He did that. Their gentle repose was put on the spell so they would be preserved while the investigation was ongoing. So that's all that he knows that has happened so far with the bodies.
Weren't you gonna go visit your boys over in the Torm Temple, Ginmare?
Yeah.
No,
see if we can...
no. We don't want to go back there. Don't forget, guys.
But we've been told that they probably have.
I can tell you my religion does not dabble in the form of talking to the dead.
We were gonna go and check out the Temple of Helm down in the South Ward. We were thinking that they might be able to take care of it for us.
I was pretty sure it was the Torm Temple because I'm related to the Helm.
We can go and ask. But first,
don't bring up the bell.
Need to go and turn this in. This necklace.
This one will accompany you to turn that in. But
good. Thank you,
this
Lionel.
Lionel will not be attending any speaking of the dead.
Alright, well that's fine. You wanna go now or talk
the sooner the better, because if you are caught with that, I would hate to think what could happen.
We're on our way to turn it in, so should be okay. I hope.
I would like to go to the library. Not the one in the house. The one down the street.
You talking about the in the alley? Yeah, the bookworms. Yeah, bookworms. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
How long ago did we drop off the weapons to get silvered?
We'll be able to pick them up tomorrow.
Yeah, it's on not even been a day yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
It may have been a week y'all's time, but in game time, it's only barely been a day.
I think I want to go back to the noble house, the Gralhund house. I kind of want to just maybe set up shop for a little bit and just observe. the comings and goings of people, and I can send Maggie in there, on the property, and she can kind of peer in the windows and whatnot, and maybe we can get an idea of what's happening inside, or better, maybe get a better lay of the land, because it's seeming like we're not going to be able to, rely on the City Watch to help us with that investigation. But if they're related to the Zentarim, that means they might be coming after us just as much as the Xanathar is. So I think that's where I'm going to be heading this evening.
I'll go with you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Might need a bit of muscle, but we're basically going to be, just kind of hanging back for the most part. So bring a book, or well, sorry, didn't mean to. You know what I mean. Bring something to do.
I can read. The
Liar.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, bring a book that I can maybe, can help you a bit with reading.
Like the ABCs.
He favors the comics.
Bring
picture
Any
books.
pictures?
bring the funnies. Bring some of the funnies.
The ABCs of Dungeons and Dragons.
I think today was Sunday. And grab
Maybe I'll
grab some
become
of the funnies.
Maybe I'll learn magic like you.
I'd be happy to try and teach you some magic.
It's already started, folks.
I think a barbarian wizard is like the perfect path for you.
Sorry, but that's not happening.
Oh, you say-
Multi-class.
Yes, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay, so I've got two of you headed toward the villa. I have Grey Axe. You're headed toward the Bookworm.
The bookworm.
And then Lionel and Genmare, y'all are headed to go turn the necklace in to the City Watch, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Let's roll initiative.
It's up to y'all.
I don't care.
I really don't care. I mean, we can.
Yeah. I don't either.
We'll go go ahead and do the turning in of the necklace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all head back. Y'all head out and toward the center of town. As you know that the castle ward, back down to where the most of the official buildings and structures are at, and that is where Barnabas and Sergeant Cromley keep office. And let me pull up some information here for y'all.
Just so you know, Genmare, this one will be staying outside.
Right. Of course. Everybody wants to throw me under the wagon today.
Okay. And y'all head to the official building of investigatory happenings and all that. And what do? You head inside.
Yeah, go inside, I suppose. Lionel's being a big chicken. He's going to stay outside.
He's not a chicken, though, just so you know.
This one has no
He's a
feathers
cat.
on his butt.
He's
He's a scaredy cat.
Yeah.
He's a big scaredy cat.
Oh boy, it's getting serious, folks.
Tabaxi. This one is not a cat. He's
Well-
Tabaxi.
You look like one.
If you wish to discuss it, I will discuss it with you.
Well, we can discuss it
Pulls out
inside.
claws.
Lionel, come on in. Let's go inside. Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that's
your
right.
doing. You go
You
right
don't
ahead.
want to. You're scared. That's right.
Whatever you say,
I'm not
Mr.
going.
Bookworm.
Oh, that is something else. Okay, so where are my? I was trying to say, where's the courthouse? Let's do. Okay, so y'all will walk in, and y'all will be given. And it is, let's see, Lionel is outside. So Lionel, even though we'll have you on a map, but we know that you won't be venturing inside, but we will put you on the map. And again, Mayor, you walk in. Okay. Yeah, you walk into an official building area, and oops, you don't know what those rooms are. Don't show those. And you see a couple of desks. You've got some privy rooms right to your south there. You can tell from the smell a little bit, but then some couple of pew areas, kind of benches that a few people are sitting on, and then you've got a desk area there with a rather rotund-looking, little monkish-looking figure. You know, someone's doing some bookworking, looking at documents, reading through manuals and things like that, sitting at that front desk.
I suppose I'll approach the front desk. Yeah, good day.
It takes a few minutes, then all of a sudden he looks up from some, like bottle type glasses. Yes, may I help you?
Yes. I'm here to turn in a piece of what I believe is evidence connected to the recent firebombing of...
And who are you here to see?
His name, Investigator... It's right on the tip of my tongue.
This group does not take notes well.
This one knows, but he does not hear it.
Yeah, he's not. He didn't go inside. You're looking for Barnabas and Sergeant Cromley, Protector Barnabas.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, they would not be here at the moment, but I can take whatever it is you have.
Okay. Well, it's quite dangerous, so do you have something safe to put it in?
Well, what is it?
It's a necklace of beads used for casting fireball.
What? You have a fireball necklace on you? What? It's fireballs! And he gets up, and he kind of, what? And do you have? Where is it? Where is the actual necklace?
It's at the house. Shit.
Damn, I left it in my other pants. You know what? That's my mistake.
Guards! Fireball! And you'll hear some coming from other rooms, and doors open up, and 3 or 4 guards will come out with swords drawn, pikes down, running from the hallway, and you're standing there, and he's pointing, fireball! He's got a weapon!
Leonel looks down the hallway and drops his head and just shakes it. Ugh.
Don't worry, I have faith in the justice system. I don't at all.
Hope it's not like America's.
This isn't gonna end well.
You should have said it was a necklace.
I hope you brought your backup character, Mr. Genmar.
Don't worry.
Quick,
He regains his composure he regains his composure as he picks himself off the floor, and he says, "You were joking, weren't you?"
No. Can I please hand it over?
I don't. Where is it?
Here on my person. I'm not holding it, but as soon as you're ready, I'll hand it to you.
No, you can lay it on the desk carefully. If it's truly what you said it is. Those things are dangerous. What is your name anyway? Who are you? Guards, make sure he does not leave.
Yeah, so I'll take it out of my inner raiment pocket and put it on the desk very carefully.
Oh my God! Arrest him! And they basically 4 guards kind of run up and they grab you, and they pull. Guns in. Put him in the lower jail cell for the moment until Sergeant Cromley and Barnabas get back. They're going to want to know who this is. No one walks around just with those casually. And you are summarily
detained.
Yes, you are detained.
No, I don't resist because this is expected.
And so
I'm sure my party expected it too. That's why they threw me under the wagon. Oh, I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down to the guard center. I don't want to go talk to the guards.
So, yes,
You got the necklace.
One moment, Leonel. You see the Genmer at the desk. The next minute, he is escorted away down a hallway.
The arrow.
Okay, yes, and
Don't
so
forget the belt.
yeah, and
Not my property, not my problem.
This one will head back to the tavern then.
yes, and so
Don't worry,
yeah, so
Lino.
here's you Genmer are shown. You don't see all of this, but you're in a cell.
Yeah, obviously.
As you can see.
You're blindfolded.
It's actually pretty cozy.
So just for
There's
the viewer,
something wrong with you,
I want the rest of the group to laugh. So, hold on. So it doesn't actually. This is kind of funny. So here, let me turn this on. Yeah, I think it's kind of hilarious. So he saw some of it, but basically he's got some cells. He kind of saw one around him, and he walked past one.
You can see through the bars.
Yeah, you can kind of see through the bars and see out into the room, but he's in a jail cell.
Just twiddling my thumbs, sitting on the little
Well,
bed.
they give you a cup. You got your metal cup, and you just kind of run it up and down the bars. Let me out of here! Come on, I didn't do anything.
It's not a jail. It's a monastery. It's it's the austere living conditions of his religion.
I'm used to this kind of.
Yeah, don't make fun of his faith, man. Come on now.
Better than
Okay.
getting knocked
So-
out from getting hit in the nuts, though.
So,
At least they didn't bring me down hard.
Lionel, you just witnessed him get taken away. What do you do?
Go back to the tavern.
Okay, well, that was a short
I'll see you in a little while.
short story there. Who's next?
And scene.
Scene 2. Who would we like to be next? Do we have the bookworm, or do we have we'll do the worm? Okay, so Greyhacks, you make your way down to the bookworm.
Yep, I'm gonna enter and have a list I compiled on my phone. I gotta find it real quick.
What is a phone?
Right.
A magical note taking
Magic
device.
tablet.
Yeah.
You have magic on you?
My spear and magic tablet.
Oh, tons of magic.
Arrest him! Arrest him!
Fireball!
Nightmare.
We're going to be ending the show tonight as they all get arrested and they slave away in a colony somewhere far off the Sword Coast Islands. Okay, and are never seen again.
We're gonna come back and Little Leaf is gonna be like a teenager running a bar.
No, he'll be a ghost. All right,
Fair enough.
y'all have been put in a portal.
Need
Starved to
Okay.
death.
search for books on the dragon Bahamut and his history, and ancient paladin.
Excuse me? What?
Yeah. If there's
What-
anything in the
What
library.
curveball are you throwing me now? Okay. Oh my God. Okay, you want to know?
Now,
Okay, he didn't give me any warning on this at all.
This is
So,
payback. This is payback for
Yeah.
putting me in jail like that.
trust me. Oh, they want to play. Okay, let's play.
earlier,
Yeah, me and Osric aren't doing anything. I'd like to point that out.
Meanwhile, Osric looks at Abdel. He's like, I bet the other guys are doing just fine.
Yeah, I bet they are. What a reliable
And
bunch
we're
of
just like
people
sitting
they
at a
are.
cafe across the street from the noble house,
Boy, I
just
wish I had a
sipping
sending
tea.
stone right now.
And
Okay, would you you goofball, put that in Fantasy Grounds chat since you want to throw me a curveball here. You're about to have some Torm and Dragon God justice.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be some real justice. Let me tell you,
Oh no!
you're about to become a Dragonborn Gimp.
here's if I may, because I have a mechanical feature that could assist Greyax, even though
You're
I'm
not there.
I know I'm not there, but in a roleplay sense, I think Osric and Greyax have probably talked a bit. Osric has an ability called Researcher.
I haven't told you anything.
Oh, really?
Bitch
Well, never
slap.
fucking mind.
Okay. I wouldn't get in front of me right now, Osric, with this. So I'd step aside. Okay. So he's about to get what he asked for. He's about to get what he asked for. It may not be exactly like you wanted it, but yeah, put that in Fantasy Grounds chat for me, so I know what the hell you're wanting. Bahamut, what the hell? Okay, well, you're gonna start looking. Okay, well, he's looking for books, and yeah, the shop contains books of all sorts, plus a small collection of spell books that have some, small spell, an assortment of spells in them. But he will, not really, yeah. So Bahamut and something else, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so that's taking place. Then the Abdel, and let's pull this up. Boom. All right. So this kind of shows, let me explain what you're going to see here. All right. One moment. Here comes a map. Now I'm going to reveal. So when y'all came out of the sewer, big words for me. Shit, I was like, well, what word am I trying to say, man? You're going to see this. Now it shows grass here, but it's not really grass. It's there'll be some grass, but there's a lot of pavement street level here. These were third party maps that were drawn. Oh shit. And so he didn't, for whatever reason, but I'm showcasing. Come on. Okay. And y'all will come out, there is a manhole cover. Let's say there's a street kind of running along this way. And let's say like this is the sidewalk, and then y'all on the street, and then you've got some sidewalk kind of on the other. They haven't heisted the dragon yet. They're roll for fun. So you'll come out and you see what you're basically seeing when you come out here. I've shown it to you. Okay. So y'all are looking at the manhole cover, and you can, you're going to pop out, and are you just going to kind of blend in with the surroundings? What are you doing? Let me ask you that, so I can tell you what you see.
Yeah. First off, we didn't travel there by the sewer. We just went on foot.
Okay. My bad.
Through the
That's fine.
streets,
Okay. All right. Then I'll show you more. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Then y'all would have seen more. Do you kind of case the area?
Yeah. Our goal is to find a place where we can hang out, like across the street, where we can see the comings and goings of people into the different rooms and windows, maybe.
Yep. All right. So I'm showing you kind of it has a very tall wall around it, good 12, 15 foot wall that goes around. What you can see takes up several blocks. Okay. And y'all walk it, and you're seeing now, as you can tell from the map, that you have kind of the general layout of it. What you're going to see though is that the northern area, you have what looks to be a main entrance. It's a single little gate, light, oil lamp, kind of over the top of it. And y'all have watched servants come in and out of there. And when you kind of watch them from time to time from this area, you would have seen in through there and seen that it looks like there is a courtyard with some trees, things like that. And you'll have seen, showcase a little bit, you'll have seen trees kind of,
above the wall.
Yeah, above the wall. Okay. You'll kind of see some through there. You were going to see you'll also see then that it is there along the sides here and all the way down this side of the compound. There is a 2-story house, and there's a few windows along the top section. You've seen, there's curtains are drawn or opened up. You see a couple of servants that look, they're doing their cleaning and things like that. We'll open up the curtains, let some fresh air in, things like that along the western side of the compound. You follow around on the backside to another area, and you're going to see not much except some more of the house along here, on the south western part of the compound. And then there is a door that you see right here that you've seen a servant or two come in and out of and some deliveries made to. And then you've got what looks like a barn door, double barn door setup on the southeastern section. And that building looks to be a story and a half, possibly a barn type setup along that corner area. Making sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I think
you have not, if watching throughout this list, we'll speed up, you're looking, so far what you have seen come in and out, there have been servants doing errands.
Okay. And I think at some point, perhaps Abdel and I might have taken a stroll across the front gate. Just, kind of get a peer inside and try to see the face of the building itself.
Pretty sturdy gate, not, but you're going to see.
Is it an iron gate, or can we see through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an iron gate, and you'll see, what you can tell is a good bit of some trees, walk path, and you kind of see what looks to be some more of the buildings. You can you got some glimpse of, you saw a structure, and, quick
So
movements.
there's more than one building inside.
You can't tell. There looks like there's a two-story. The most of the big structure on the full south and the western side of the compound seems to be a two-story house. It's a two-story mansion of some sort, as it definitely got money here.
Aye.
Yeah. Boom.
Okay. How's Abdel dressed? Does he look like a street commoner, or is he in battle regalia? Does he wear armor or anything like that?
I do not
or
wear
shield?
armor.
Okay.
I do not have a shield.
Are you wearing regular common clothes, or are you going bare chested like a badass?
We'll go like a badass.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. The tattoos, they distinguish you, as well as your prodigious size. I mean, you're very big.
I am a Goliath.
You're big. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, people are coming and going from the servants' entrance in the back.
Just a couple. You've seen some deliveries done back there, but nobody has walked in and out of there. All the servants have come in and out of the front gate.
Okay. Oh, the front gate, not the back.
Not the back. There's been a couple deliveries, and you know that, it's a big two-story brick mansion that you're seeing. What you think of on the southeast side is definitely some type of detached coach house barn type setup. You could smell the hay, the horses. You could hear a couple in there. So you're fairly certain you know what that building is on the southeastern quadrant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it look like they lock and unlock the front gate?
That gate looks. Is
there a guard present?
You haven't seen a guard, but you haven't seen one posted, but you definitely see some of the staff, and there's some guards that come in and out with them. But from what you see, you don't see one standing there next to the gate. And, through it, like I said, you see several of the large trees, and you've seen a footpath that looks like it kind of leads off to different areas of the compound.
Right. Okay.
But there is activity, and you can, there's activity going on inside the compound every now and then. You'll see people moving around. It's probably maybe you see a groundskeeper moving through there, and you think you heard the baying of a couple of dogs.
Oh, that's great.
And how many people have we roughly seen, servants?
Half a dozen.
Okay.
See, part of what I'm thinking, Abdel, is that maybe we can assume an identity and kind of slip in as one of the people who work here, and then we can just take a look around, and we can say we're new, or maybe we can come up with a delivery of something, play it off as a gift from somewhere, maybe even from the tavern, and we can write up an official looking note and deliver it ourselves. They don't know us. I don't think. I hope not.
For what we know.
Yeah, maybe they do. Maybe we can put on a get-up, like a disguise, make ourselves look a bit different.
I mean, I'm not saying no to this plan, but If I may ask, how are we going to make me look different?
Well, so the primary thing is you're not wearing a shirt, and I guess you usually don't wear a shirt. So if you put on a shirt, and maybe if we get you like a little bit of a wig, then maybe because you're bald, and there's nothing wrong with being bald, by the way. Male pattern baldness, it happens to all different species. If we put you on a wig and a shirt, and that by itself is going to make you look different. Now, as far as putting away that thing, and he points at your enormous sword.
I don't have a sword.
Oh, you don't have it with you?
No, it's getting
Not between his pants.
No, as for that thing, there's no amount of disguises that are going to hide that. So I think we're just going to.
It was too
cut
easy.
It
It
off.
was too easy, folks.
Just cut it off.
Cut it off.
It's the ultimate disguise. But maybe you're a big, strong, strapping lad, so you could be like a carpenter or something. You're going in there to fix something. Who knows?
This is cool and all, but what if they actually need me to fix something?
Well, then you can fix it. You're pretty handy capable, right? Have you ever built anything, or lifted anything heavy? I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out. Look, we'll be there to help you out along the way. There's no worries. But we're not going in tonight.
Can we just offer them I don't know, booze?
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe even a bit of the special ale. Just a little bit, like a sample.
We don't have that yet.
I know, but one day it's gonna come. And it's not like this house is going to get up and leave anytime soon. We got plenty of time to case this place out and come up with a better plan with the rest of the guys.
We do not have time if they have was it a stone?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the stone of Galore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it about? They said the stone would reveal the location. Of a treasure.
Of the lost money here from Prater.
That's the rumor.
Yeah, the rumor. Listen. But maybe their handy capable cleric can go ask the dead.
Aye, yeah, that's all. I don't want to rush into this. That's all I'm saying. I don't plan on heading in there tonight, unless we see some actionable evidence of some wrongdoing. Maybe we can.
So far, everything as y'all have been chatting, trying to figure out your plan of failure. I'm sorry, what? Your plan to get into the compound. You haven't seen anything out of the ordinary take place, other than a couple people coming and going, and what I've described so far.
I would assume this isn't here anymore, but is there bloody footprints by the manhole? I would assume it's not there anymore.
It's the same.
No, it didn't. There wasn't actually any. It stopped as it got out of the manhole. You found some on the blood on the ladder going up to the street level. That's how you found out where to come out there. But y'all haven't been. Y'all haven't been there in a while.
Rainier had an eyewitness who told him that the guy came in here. He was let inside. Yes. So if he is part of the Zentara and Black Network, and they let him inside, that's a suspicion right there. So we just need to keep our eyes on these guys and see if we can see anything out of the ordinary. And in the meantime.
Rainier told you that the eyewitness that Urstal entered the villa, but didn't say how.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
you might have done a backflip over the wall.
People came and questioned about it and didn't have anything.
Yeah, you didn't get any of that information, just like it was reported to you in I typed it in Discord. That's exactly what was sent in the note to you.
I mean, surely if he was hurt, he couldn't have really gone far.
Do you mind if I go ahead and read to the Twitch following what we got for the note from Renmar?
Oh, certainly.
All right. So Rainier reached out to his friends in the Harpers. What he discovered was this: the man Fala saw matches the description of Aristal Floxen, a suspected member of the Black Network. Another North Ward resident claims he saw Urstal enter Gralhund Villa in the North Ward, which is where we're at right now, shortly after the fireball incident. The resident reported him to the City Watch because Urstal looked suspicious. 2 City Watch constables spoke to Lord Gralhund. He assured them that no one had broken into the estate and that everything was fine. Constables had no grounds to get a search warrant, so they didn't pursue the matter. So yeah, that's the that we got. Yeah, so we don't know for sure if he was let in or if he snuck in.
Doesn't say.
Yeah. Interesting. So he might have. I mean, the gate is locked though. You know, they lock and unlock the gate as the servants come and go, right?
Something like that.
Okay.
Yep.
So, you know, if he entered Gralhund Villa, he might have a key to the place, which implies trust between the two.
Yep.
Hey, you know, this, and like I said, I'm just kind of spitballing here. I'm not trying to say that we have to do this, but Abdel, maybe you could, you know, play the bad cop and rough up one of these servants and take their key, and then just tell him, like, get out of here. These guys are bad people. You can scare him away. If he's just like a servant, maybe we can give him some money and he might just quit on the spot, and we can keep the key, you know, and then that would be a way for us to get inside the gate.
This seems like a quick way to get arrested.
Well, if we buy the key, then, like, I'm just thinking.
You see, and all during the day, there's tons of activity walking around here. So deal with that too, just so you know that it's not quiet on the outside areas.
It is evening, right?
I mean,
not yet.
Maybe we.
Oh, I thought you said it was late afternoon.
Yeah, but I've given y'all some time. I mean, if you want to keep on into the evening and watch what's going on, certainly you can.
Osric was planning to do this for several hours.
Okay.
And also send the cat familiar over the wall.
Okay.
Or like right up to the gate and like walk through the gate and just walk
the
around
cat.
The place.
So when the cat can walk through the gates fairly easily. The cat will make its way through a tree. Give me a perception check, please, for the cat.
All right. I don't have the cat's character sheet.
Just roll a perception for you. I actually need to make your NPC for it. Yeah, I've added on my list of things to do. Just give me a percent. Well, yeah, we're playing a percent.
Cats.
Oh no.
I'll go ahead and throw inspiration on that. Cats also, I think they get a.
They have some better.
They get advantage if they're detecting by scent. So if you think that applies, then you could ask me.
Well, cats. Well,
or I'll just throw inspiration on it.
So the cat was making his way around a tree, and heard some talking, some grumbling noise from some type of human, and can see a groundskeeper was doing some yard work and all that. And then all of a sudden, the cat heard behind it and turns to look briefly, and there is a huge mastiff looking straight at the cat.
And I'm seeing through the cat's eyes.
Yeah,
so
and
like,
you're
I
seeing
see the mastiff. So Abdel, you're watching Osric. He's got his eyes rolled back in his head.
Yeah.
And Osric just like, ah! Like
yeah,
right on the street.
And as the mastiff takes just a couple of steps, looking at the cat then will hear right behind it another, and your vision goes black. Your cat just got ate.
I think my kitty cat just turned into vipers.
You just got it. The cat just got eaten.
Okay. You just have a nightmare?
What
happened? Your eyes just rolled in the back of your head and you just started screaming. Are you possessed?
I'll tell you about it later. I need to.
Where's your cat?
One should not mess with the DM.
How am I? Never mind.
Yeah, Grayax.
Grayax, you brought this wrath out upon us all.
For a brief moment, your cat would have seen more into the courtyard before its untimely death. Multiple trees here. It also saw what looked to be, the outside of this. Basically, you get a closer look. It's about a 12-foot high stone wall that goes around everywhere. Okay. Okay, and what? I don't need what Rainier knows. I need the villa. The villa. There's a groundskeeper. Briefly saw before it's in time. If there was another side building here that you couldn't really see from the wall because of the distance, but there seems to be, as though it's attached to the house, it's a single story room, and there seems to be a door there. Didn't see it. And then briefly saw what looks to be was the front of the house area and the main entrance, what looked like the main entrance, and there's a balcony kind of over the house entrance, kind of like, over this kind of a ledge. So kind of seeing that, and it looks like it's a large balcony enclosed with some iron railing above it. The main entrance there, it's about 20 feet above the ground on the second story, and yeah, it's like I said, another building that's only one story. The rest of the main building, we'll just reveal it. The cat briefly saw it as it was as its life was fleeting. You kind of see the entranceway, and then definitely more courtyard, but didn't see any more of that before it got snuffed out.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. The truth of the matter is the cat didn't
Cat can
die.
come back. No, it doesn't. I know.
The cat he traveled back to the ethereal realm where he came from.
Oh, I know. I like taking out familiars all the time. It's just one of my running gags. So you set me up perfectly for that one. Thank you.
Send him over the wall again.
You're very welcome. I'm just trying to appease the gods after Grayax offended the gods by asking about one of them.
They all did. Okay,
you don't
anyway.
know what I did.
I am getting a bad sense about it.
All right. So that's
switch over to the other guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, so are y'all going to continue hanging out there, or are you going? I mean, that's going to be about it for the moment that you're going to see as nighttime draws in. You'll see lights kind of go on in some of the secondary floors. You will see guards that were positioned at the gate until nighttime, and there's some lamps that are lit around the gate area, then it goes very quiet in the courtyard. And you don't hear or see much.
I think Osric looks to Abdel, and he's like, they're probably both shivering. I don't know about Abdel, but Osric's pretty cold by now.
I like cold weather. I'm used to it.
Yeah, so you see a little Osric shivering in his like double coat and his scarf, and he's like, I really do want to stay here longer, but I think I'm going to catch a cold if I do.
I don't even have a shirt on, and I'm fine.
I know. So I think I'm going to go ahead and head back, grab some hot cocoa or something. Maybe something a bit stronger to warm up the legs and arms. Do you want to hang out here a bit longer and see if anything interesting happens, or we can set up like an overnight or something. I wonder if there's like a little hotel around here, that overlooks this place. We can maybe stay the evening, or maybe even set up camp on a rooftop or something. I don't know. I think Lionel would be really helpful here as well. If we can convince him that it's a good idea. I'm getting a bad vibe about this place, and I think someone like Lionel would be really helpful to check this place out at night. He can just like scamper right up the wall, and he'd be able to kill all the dogs for us. And I know that he would do that happily.
Well, this is cool and all, but where the hell are my picture books?
You didn't. Well, I told you to bring one. Where's your picture book, Abdel?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, maybe we can swing by the library tomorrow and get you some picture books, or maybe.
I'll pass.
Well, maybe Little Leaf has one that he can let you borrow. Maybe with some of the pictures ain't even colored in yet, so you can have something to do.
Oh yay!
All right. Well, shall we? And start heading back. Oh, you're gonna stay? Okay.
Well, you said you're coming back, weren't you?
I was just gonna go home for the night.
No, then guess I will as well.
I'm imagining it's like a cold, blustery evening in the city, and like it is
so springtime.
Cold weather.
It is springtime. Yeah, it's kind of spring's kind of rolling. It kind of temperature's up and down a little bit. It's still a little nippy. Is the last vestiges of winter are trying to hold on. But it is moving into the springtime era.
Okay. And scene. Unless you want
Okay.
anything else to happen.
No, I'm just hanging out. So we're back to
The fireball drops in.
Nice and
cool.
toasty.
Well, Cool Hand Luke is down in the jail.
Yeah.
So
Hanging
you'll spend some time. Yeah. Nobody knows. Wham, 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 wham. Let me out of here. Let me out of here. Shut up down there. You'll get 10 to 2 in the morning.
Dead man walking.
Apparently Genmare's having to spend the night in the pokey.
Oh, not too bad.
Fun.
Serve some worm gruel.
Is there anybody else down here with me? Yo, someone.
Not that you can tell, but you might just detect the scent, that the maybe there's a morgue by there.
Really?
Yeah.
Think of decaying flesh.
Something like that, possibly. So then, so you're Gray Axe, you bastard. Gotta look this stuff up. I don't know the answer to this yet. So
It's fine.
I tell you what will happen. So you've thrown me the curveball. So what he's going to tell you that he needs to do some research for you. So he knows where to come find you. If you will give him some time, he will go through his vast supply of knowledge and books that he has here, and he will come up with what he has that is what a taste of what you're looking for, and then present it to you to see if this is what you want. But give him a little time. Okay,
That's
so
fine.
that's how you buy time. That's how you stall, folks. Okay, and you head back to the inn to find Lionel there without Genmare.
I swear we're missing somebody.
No, I think this is it.
Oh, y'all came back too. Okay, that's right. I
wait,
forgot.
the cat's not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to the cat?
Oh, he is serving a higher purpose now, providing nourishment for a couple of dogs.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
unfortunately, yeah. Well, he was always a very charitable cat,
I don't think Lionel thought the same.
How about you
yeah.
not bring a cat next time?
I've been thinking about maybe something different.
No dogs either.
Lionel, you up in your room? What are you doing now that you're back?
Just walks off without Genmare.
I don't hear you if you're talking, Loco. I see you lighting
I'll
up.
stay downstairs.
There you go. Okay. So I will. Okay. So we have someone's missing in the group. Do y'all know who?
Hey, yo, guard, when's rep time?
Is Genmare upstairs?
Who?
He's our holy man. Well, I mean, other than you, you're also a holy man. That's not what I meant. Genmare. He's elf. He's an elf. He's very tall. He fears the whip of Thor.
It seems that the constable there at the jailhouse did not enjoy seeing the necklace of fireballs.
Yeah, I would imagine not.
Well, wait a minute.
I fear that Genmar has been arrested and put in jail.
What?
And that's
He
why
was
you
arrested.
don't lie.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, hold on a minute. What did he say? I mean, you were right there, Lionel. What did he say?
I was not inside, but I could hear what was happening.
You weren't inside. Okay, well, so you let him go in there by himself and get arrested, and you came back here to come and get us to help, or what? Like, did you plead his case, or did you help him out, or what? Okay, we gotta go and break out Genmar. We gotta go and pay his bail or something. We can't just let him sit in the jail overnight. We got things to do and people to talk
We're
about.
not breaking the law.
No, I'm not talking about breaking the law. I'm talking about Guys, Genmar is our
You're
friend.
thinking about-
Maybe he'll get released. We don't know if he's there for forever. Maybe
But
in
we
a
got-
year or two he'll become really buff. From all like the work he's been doing, labor work.
Guys,
Let this be a lesson to everyone. When you know to do right, you do it.
guys,
When
you know what,
you
Mr.
hold back,
Lionel?
right?
Let me tell you something, Mr. Lionel.
Oh my god.
Talking about doing right, you don't abandon your dumb friends, and you don't. And he wouldn't abandon you if you got hit with an arrow. He would pull it out and he would save your life. He saved all your lives. I've watched him do it. I can't believe that you would leave him behind. This is ridiculous.
Do you just call him a dumb
I
friend?
think
Osric is about to leave the tavern in the middle of the night. He's gonna head to.
Why don't we wait till the morning? Because they probably are kind of closed right now, I would assume. Or they don't want people, walking in, barging in saying, "Well, release my friend, or I'm gonna, cause a ruckus." That's not the
Release
right
my
thing
friend,
to
or I
do.
might
What will
bomb
you
this
do?
place.
Throw a
I
fireball?
mean, yeah, it's too late now. I can't believe you guys let this. I can't believe you let this happen, Leon.
I can't believe
You let
kept
him
the
stay in the
necklace for
jail?
2 days.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys didn't just go turn the necklace in.
Yes, this is the way Lionel thinks. You turn it in, we have no problems. You hand it over when the constable is here. No, we want
found
to
it after
hide.
the
We
constable
want to-
left.
So you could have followed
It's
him.
not true. Yes, you could have gone and looked for him. This one carries no money.
Good for you. You know
No
what?
bailing out anyone.
And the party
It's getting pretty
dissolves.
late.
Pulls out a rat out of his
Shittiest
pocket.
party members 2019, everybody.
I
Yeah.
think
I'm gonna go to bed.
Osric's very upset. and he
Let's
leaves.
go. We'll head in the morning, Osric.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah, I'm
see
gonna
what's
be
going
heading
on
out
down
first
there.
thing in the morning. I'm setting the
That's
alarm clock on my
okay.
phone to 3 a.m.
What's a phone?
Exactly. What?
I'll
What's
tell
an
you
alarm?
later. my spirit magic tablet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Lionel, have you heard from the fairies?
No.
Oh, y'all. Yeah. So the delivery's gonna. Yeah, Lionel. You would have got there. It's coming. You're gonna have it this weekend. It's like y'all like midweek, and you're gonna have a couple of lovely barrels of the fairy brew delivered.
What he said.
Pog.
Very, very cool.
Yes.
Anyways, I'll
I-
catch you guys in the morning.
Can't even
we'll-
talk about anything
We'll
else
head
right
there
now.
in the morning.
Okay. So yes. So we
We-
break. It is now.
Yes, I don't know.
It is now daytime.
Osric leaves first thing in the morning by himself if no one else is awake.
I'm awake, but I'm not gonna follow Osric.
So what are we doing? So Osric, you're headed. You're headed. Yeah,
I think
I hear
Osric
you're
will
headed.
knock
Yeah.
on Abdel's door. I'll knock on
Oh.
Abdel's bedroom door and see. He's like, "Hey, do you want to come with me down to the station? We need to go and vouch for him being, on the side of right. We took a bit of extra time to turn the thing in, but we turned it in. Damn it, I can't.
I mean, right? Like, don't get me wrong. I wanna get him out as fast as possible too. But what if they, say, hey, what did you say about the fireball? You're associated with it? To jail with you guys too. What are we gonna do then?
Look, Mr. Barnabas has already been here. He knows our case. He knows that a
and that
fireball.
you stole a bag of gems on the same site that the necklace showed up.
I didn't steal anything.
Well,
I
you
protected
took it.
evidence.
Yeah, fair enough. But from what what their perspective is that you took it.
Anyways, Mr. Barnabas knows that we're trying to do the right thing. Right? I gave him that sack of gems. If I was gonna be some kind of bastard, I would keep the gems for myself. I wouldn't even let you guys see it.
Okay. So hold
But I'm
one
trying to do
second.
the damn right thing around here.
I know you are. Oh, hold
What
on.
is wrong with
hold
all
on.
you guys?
Genmare, would you do anything during the night, or are you just going to hang out there and just, enjoy
Genmare
your peace and
escapes.
quiet?
It's a CR2 side quest. Genmar's escape from the jail.
I guess I'll, I don't know, I'll just wait around to see if Barnabas or somebody shows up to ask any questions. I'm not arrested, I'm just detained.
90,000 90,000
shit on
bottles
me.
of beer on the wall. Just
Yeah, that's all he's doing. Yeah, well,
I'll
they
take a plea deal though.
so it looks like they forgot about you, and you're
So do my party members.
Yeah.
I retired.
So-
I quit.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking. But yeah, so daytime, yeah, happens, and the only thing that you'll get is, you hear some coming and goings from a room off to the east, and there seems to be, you hear some horses. There seems to be some type of carriage entrance area, and you hear people moving around, and so for you, day begins to dawn up there, and it's not too long that all of a sudden you'll hear a scuffle. Coming down, and the lovely, like I said, constable, lovely front desk guy, he comes down and he's got Barnabas with him, and Barnabas has got a scowl on his face, and the rotund guy, he doesn't look like he's very happy right now. He seems to be in a lot of trouble, and they come up, and Barnabas is looking at it, and they stop and are looking at you, and you're looking at them, and Barnabas looks at the man and says, "Well, let the man out." And he fumbles for some keys, the constable, and then opens up the gate, and Barnabas just bows. "I do apologies, good sir. It seems that I was not alerted properly that this had happened late yesterday. Please, come out if you would, and let's retire back upstairs to discuss this artifact that you happened upon, I hear, or found."
Yeah.
And and so when you come out, you'll see basically, like I said, there's some cells. Come on, Duff. Here, I'll make sure you're on the map.
Can you send us the map again?
Oh, I'm not sending it to you. No. You're not in jail, young sir.
no
Only
Unless you want to
Ginmare
be.
Well, I was talking
Actually,
more
you
about
can
the
see
Twitch
it.
itself.
Twitch,
what happens
Twitch
when
is going to say,
you-
yeah, I know. I'm going to share it. So I'm teasing. I'm in one of those moods.
I'll be right back, but if we go down there, I'll head with Osric.
So, so this is, morning, Osric, whoever's headed out, y'all are basically making y'all's way back down to, the ward. But Ginmare, you'll be brought out, and you'll see, an office area, and there's a door there, and then, what looks to be a hallway that you're brought down, a door that's open, and it looks to be, there's like a carriage, and it looks like a hearse type, something they would haul a coffin in, things like that, off to the door before it shuts. And then there is some stairs that you're brought to go back up. And you get the whiff of death that you know oh so well is coming from the other side of that door. You know death. You've felt enough of it that it's coming. And then you're taken back upstairs. And then you're shown into an office area. Like a waiting room type of little meeting area. And sit down, and Barnabas motions for you to sit at a table, and he asks, "So please tell me about this artifact." And he has an envelope type deal, and he pours the necklace. I mean, he just flops it right down on the table.
Ooh.
Yeah, like and even you see the little constable guy, he, damn near almost falls over again,
Cringe a little bit.
Yeah, and you're looking at it, and he goes, Barnabas says, "Do not worry, I have put the balls into a stasis form. They will not, you could stomp on these. I wouldn't suggest it, but you could stomp on these things, and they still would not go off."
Insert.
Good morning
There
to
you
you too, investigator. What would you like to know?
I would like to know how you came about such an artifact like this.
If I'm not mistaken, it was the day of the investigation. Shortly after you and the sergeant departed, we, as in myself and my companion, happened across a young halfling who had obtained it from a barrel of water below a rooftop. nearby. So I paid him to hand it over and have hung on to it for until now, so that we could make our way down here. I say we, but it was just me.
So I'm understanding that a little boy found this necklace.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it, Lino. Well, lucky for him that he did not decide to see if it was a gumball or
Came
such.
pretty close.
That would have been very bad for the boy. He would have needed some dental work, I assume, if that had happened. Yeah, and but then you took it from the boy, and I have to ask, but it's just curious for someone like myself why you did not immediately bring it to our attention. How do you even know? You know, it's a fireball. It's definitely, it can be seen, as everyone knows, those of some sort, that this is a fireball necklace, and we have a fireball explosion outside of your place. Did you not think it would be wise to bring such evidence to the City Watch and to myself and to Sergeant Cromley post haste?
Yeah, when you put it like that.
I am putting it like that, sir.
Yes.
How is it your group is just always in front of me all this time? I have never been almost paid almost no attention to that area of town. It has been normally quiet for quite some time, but now with the presence of you and your friends that have been over there more than I care to, and now you have this supposed discovery from a boy. You see how this looks to someone in my position.
Indeed.
And you have nothing to say for yourself?
Well...
Oh. Ran my knee into my desk.
You good?
The detective does that. He just
That is some good role play.
You see Barnabas, he slams slams his knee into desk. Oh, fuck. Keep going. Oh, God.
A tear rolls down.
Well, you can see that the cat, so-called, has got your tongue. Or should we say tabaxi? I'm in a mood today. I suggest that unless you want to spend, say, a lot more time in our lovely cell down there and on our very laborious work details, that this type of circumstance not happen again. Do you catch the meaning of my drift?
I believe so.
I shall truly recommend, sir, that you catch the meaning of my drift. You may be released on your own recognizance. I know where to find you and your troop of men, shall we
Rejects?
say. Yes, your troop of rejects. Just an apropos word. I'm just glad I just came up with it. You may leave. Please do not let me see you anytime soon again.
Mm-hmm.
And a guard will come around for a few minutes, and he brings them your weapons and all your stuff and puts it on the table, and he picks up and he just grabs that necklace, you know. You just see the balls look like they're just getting ready just to want to squirt right off the necklace and all that. And he slams it into, a letter, a little envelope, and he says, "Good day.
Yep.
May the light shine upon your blessed self." And he walks off. And the constable will show you to you, and he'll give you, he has, I need your signature on a few things that you leaving of your own free will and accord, and this then hold harmless the city, and it's in the City Watch and all that. And he has a couple of forms for you to sign real quick.
All right.
And then you can leave. And about the time you're leaving, you'll hear Osric coming around through the door and all that, just whooping up a storm.
This place ain't even open.
Osric, calm down.
Like yanking on the door, like it's not opening. It's not opening. They gotta open the place, and then you just push it
You
open.
have to push it open.
I was like hanging onto the handles, just flies it through the door.
Grey Axe, I'm assuming you didn't go with him.
No, I went to the blacksmith to pick up my longsword.
Okay, so you could go pick up all their stuff. So that's fine. Okay. All right. And so you guys will find Ginmare looking very, hot, stuffy, whatever Ginmare may be, after having to
dear
spend a
God.
night in the pokey.
How was
They
your
let
night?
you go. You're rail thin. Oh dear God, we gotta get some food in you, boy.
I was like that before they locked me up.
You're not eating enough. You need to eat more food. You just
Is this racist?
I
Is it
think
because I'm
Osric
an elf?
turned into a mama bear.
I don't know.
look. I was worried. Okay, and you were abandoned apparently, and I just found out about it in the late in the evening. I came as quick as I could, and Abdel. I was talking to him on the way. I was saying like maybe you can just break the wall down and we can just pull you out, But luckily, it seems like that won't be necessary. Is everything okay? Wait a minute. Did you just sign some papers? Did you read them?
Of course, I read them.
Did you accept the terms of service?
Did you read the fine print? Hang on a minute. Did you get a lawyer? Did you get a barrister? Because
No, there was none of that.
oh
I
dear
think you're
God.
overthinking
Oh,
this,
dear.
Osric.
That's what they want you to think. They want you to think that you're overthinking it. But you know what I think?
Hey, little one, quiet down over there. We're trying to work here. Take it
God.
outside.
I didn't even say you. How are you?
I pick up Osric and I take.
Wait a
him
minute.
outside.
Oh, wait. Where's Mr. Barnabas? We got. I think we don't. We did you get a chance to speak with what's his name? Dalakar. Did you
I'm
get a
just
chance to
holding
speak
him,
with
and he's just
Dalakar?
asking questions. Like,
Yes.
don't worry, this isn't a huge deal.
We'll keep walking.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's,
Osric,
it's,
have you heard of the silent game?
so King Bashman mentioned use the Wookiee defense in the Twitch chat. So
That's
now
right.
I picture Abdel as the Wookiee and Osric as the Ewok. You're just like carrying the Ewok away, and he's just like.
Pretty much. We'll clip that. We'll make that a meme. Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all, and so Ginmare's not much to say, and you can relay whatever, and y'all can you head back out of the courthouse area and back home. Now, Grey Axes, you went and got everybody's weapons, so make sure everybody, whoever, I know y'all got some, and Lino, you were going to get a dagger too, just in the effects, or send me a note here, another note, extra stuff to do, just make sure that we put the silver effect on those weapons, if I didn't already, for them. Make sure the dagger piercing, like, you'll go in for, I think it's comma silver. I think it's how it works.
Yeah,
You just
because
put a
we did
comma
my
in
war
afterwards.
pick.
I think
We
a
did
comma.
my war
I think
pick
it's a
like
comma.
that.
It's a comma space silver. Yeah, yep. Because I did it for Lee and I did it for your arrows. Yeah. So in the damage side, for your weapon.
How do you type in there?
Okay, so you go to the actions tab. You go to find which weapon did you do? Your
My
war pick.
greatsword?
Oh, your greatsword. Okay, so it's just
I did my
like your
war
war
pick
pick. Yeah, war pick's
Yeah.
done, but it needs to have a space. So what you do is you click on the magnifying glass next to Great Axe,
Mhm.
and down there where it says slashing, put a comma space silver.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and that now will give it the silver effect. And no, okay. Now Lionel has ventured off to a side quest here. Now Lionel, you, like I said, were told. Okay. Okay, you want me to answer that? Okay. Okay. Oh boy. 1 second. Okay, I'm being asked some questions here. So You want me? Can I just tell you out in public? You want to know in
Yes.
private?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, Lionel went off on a recon, and you will be told that the ships of the Sea Maidens Fair are down in the main harbor area, and there are 3 of them. The main one, called the Eye Catcher, that you hear, does almost never docks. It is way out in the middle of the harbor and keeps out there. It will come in with supplies and unloading of stuff. The 2 other ships that are always usually docked across from each other are called the Heartbreaker and the Hellraiser. When you move up to them, you will, it's busy. There's people coming and going, and you see the ships, are just full of paraphernalia, flags, colors. It is very gauche. There's just, it hurts your eyes, just the amount of colors and streamers and all that's going on. And you actually see a couple of those big constructs that are on the ship. They're not moving. They just stand there. And when you're asked to chat with some, a crew member will come down and chat with you, asking what is it you would like to know, and who will tell you that Zardos is not available at the moment. Okay. And you ask a couple of questions about that, trying to apply their trade, and they basically say that the constructs are magical of nature, and that they have a specific task, and they usually are, the ones that they have 3 main ones of the size you're talking about, and 2 of them, there's one on each ship there, and then there's one on the main ship. The main what did I say its name was?
Eye Catcher.
The Eye Catcher, yeah. And they do not act on their own. There's always a controller with them.
You'll ask him if the name. What's the guy's name?
Which man are we talking about?
Erstel. Does that name ring a bell?
None that he's ever heard of. Not at all. And he says it would take some time, and maybe if the captain, when he makes his way in, he can make a report, or we could schedule a visit, at another time. As we're busy, getting everything kind of unloaded. And you'll notice and look as you're seeing people coming and going. And one thing that will catch your attention that's really interesting is that all the men and the women, they almost all look alike. They're like, I use it like the German, way of life. They're blonde, they're bulky, the women are beautiful. They're almost all of the same type of build.
I would like to do that. Lionel would like to make an appointment to see Zardos.
Okay. That's be a good time. Let's he says, I don't know when the captain will be making his way in, but where can I find you if we get an appointment scheduled?
Would it be okay if this one waited here?
You're free to wait on the pier. Unfortunately, it is a busy time right now with coming and goings, and I don't have anybody spared, honestly, to be able to keep an eye on you to keep you out of trouble.
This is fine. This
yeah.
is fine. This one will wait on the pier. If you could have someone come and find this one,
Yep.
And
Yes.
when the captain comes.
They call me Velgos, if you must know. And he as you've been chatting with you, got a little smell. He's got a little wine on his breath, a little, and he slurred his words a couple of times, but he will say, yes, I'm the captain of our lovely ship here, the Heartbreaker, and Lorath captains the Eye Catcher there, but he would not have the same, we have the same information. And he will see if he can. What he'll do is he will send a crew in a little rowboat over to the eye catcher and see if the captain can be met with for a brief moment. And he said, just please sit. He will keep an eye on you and let you know shortly.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Yep. And you'll watch, and they basically, like you said, they are pulling stuff in and out. They are really prepping for a show. And an hour ago so will go by, and you'll see a rowboat. You'll see actually several rowboats make their way toward the Hellraiser. And pull up to the dock and climb up, and you will see one gentleman that catches your attention. It's too easy. A big plume hat, and brawn muscles with bands around the muscles. This guy's cut, but his hair's a little bit darker than the rest of them, they basically, you kind of see everybody holds the ropes down and holds the boats in place. They let him go ahead of everybody else, and he makes his way up, and there's a meeting on the ship and all that, and then the captain will point over to where you're at, and you'll see this slender but bulky, it's not slender but very chiseled man come walking over to you, and he looks at you for a second, and he takes his hat and he whips it out and makes this big bow, and then says, Zarda Zord, master of the Sea Maiden's Fair. How may I be of service to you today, good Tabaxi?
Lionel does a waist bow as in return. This one's name is
man of
Lionel
class. I like
Stradero.
that.
Yes, it is not known by many, but this is appreciated. I was wondering if Lionel could ask you a few questions about your little what are they called, constructs?
You mean the nimble rights?
Forgive me. Yes, that is the correct name. May I ask you a few questions?
Most certainly. One of our most prized possessions. Very hard to come by,
This one would understand that. They seem very valuable and very entertaining as well. You are to be praised for your work.
Oh, I did not create them. They were created for us.
Very good to know. So I don't take too much of your time. The questions that I have are, can these, the nimble rights, can they be reprogrammed by anyone to do other things besides what you have programmed them to do?
Usually when they're created, they are given their programming.
I see. Have any of the little nimble rights been damaged or gone missing for any time?
No, they are all. I'm pretty certain that all three that we own are here on our ships. We keep one on each ship.
I see. Very well. Last question for you. Do you have anyone in your employment that has been injured recently, maybe burned?
Not that's come to my attention, which is most everything that I know. I am the great leader, Zardasad, of the Sea Maiden's Fair. Nothing passes by without me knowing. No, I could not handle if one of my crew were injured. Such would be a disaster.
Very well. And you are a very good sea master. It is
that I know.
It is quite clear by the conversation this one had with your captain Velgos. They speak very highly of you.
He should. I've trained him. Good captains are hard to come by.
Very well. Very good.
Both of my captains are good men.
If you should happen to maybe discover later that you do have someone that was injured, maybe burned, uh, we are investigating some malfeasance that happened several days ago. I'm not sure if you have heard about it. There was a fireball that was set off in
Oh,
one of
no.
the one of the streets. Many people were injured. Several even perished in the
Oh,
blast.
no. So sad. They will not be able to
Yes.
see the Days of Wonder parade then. Such is their loss. Oh, that is sad.
Yes, yes, it is. It is a very great loss, not only for what you say, but also for the families who have been left behind. There are children now without fathers and mothers. That is why I am asking these questions. We believe, we are not certain, but we have reason to believe that one of your little nimble rights might have been used in the perpetration of this crime. We do not know that for certain, but we do
Oh,
know
that
that there
is...
was a man that was injured as well,
Oh,
and he is not of the good sort, if you know what this one speaks of.
very... That is not... That's It must give me ponder the thought of this. I am going to have the captains check upon our lovely constructs that they are, because to have a nimble right, do as you say, must be also commanded, monitored when they do not act on their own. I shall look into this, as you say. That would not bode well for the Sea Maiden's Fair, and looks badly upon Zardasad.
This one would agree with that. From what I know of you, you do not need a blemish upon your name.
No, I do not.
It's
Look
a
at
good
me, look
name.
at me. Do I have a blemish? I work hard on this body. It is a blessing of gods.
It is
Trade
a
secret.
fine body, this is for sure. If you have any information, could you please send it along to the uh, Unlucky Die? It is a tavern in the North Ward on Trollskull Street, or Alley. Excuse me,
Write that
Trollskull
down. Write that
Way.
down, Captain. Write that down now. I'm not going to be able to remember that. I have so much knowledge in my head that's banging around. I must keep track of this trivial information, though I will take a look at for you. But write it down for me, please. Yes, Captain. And he will write some stuff down haphazardly. You see it, but he is writing it down at least. Not very good at it, looks like. Kind of drunk.
This one thanks you for your time. If,
Yes, my time is precious,
you
that it
hear
is.
anything- Yes, it is. And this one thanks you for your time. We look forward to seeing the next parade. And
Coming soon. Keep
Yes.
your eyes out. When the Days
Thank
of
you,
Wonder
sir.
works the street, it is magic. Beauty like none other. Because Zardasad runs the Sea Maiden's Fair. You're a good day. And he kind of whoosh, his hat, big old feather, craces across your face, you may want, tickling your nose, making you want to sneeze, and he puts it on. Back to my ship. We might have much work to do.
Lionel bows and bids him farewell.
Okay. And everybody, now the three musketeers left jail, make their way back to Trollskull Manor. Lionel will slowly, y'all will make y'all's way. Yeah, everybody will kind of boop-a-daisy. And
Orderly fashion.
slowly but surely, a good bit of the day is spent again.
Wow, Greax, you can hold a lot of weapons at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're all mine now.
No,
Yeah.
no. Just keep on going back and forth. It's just-
Well, What do we do?
Well, I
What's
try
up?
to have an intellectual
I'll-
conversation with
I'll
you.
let everybody know where I've been,
What you
what I
mean?
asked, the questions I asked, the answers I got, and that if anything is found out, someone will hopefully give us some information.
Well, that's good news.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Scaredy Cat?
Oh,
Listen,
guys.
Gidmare, who sits in
I'm
the back
sorry.
of combat?
I'm sorry, Gidmere, but how did you get out exactly?
Oh, the kindly detective let me go.
Yeah.
Who?
We should check him for bugs.
Investigator.
Are you a mole?
No, I don't believe so.
You know what? I don't believe him.
Mike,
So,
make
yep,
an insight check.
as y'all are divulging all this information together, Vincent, your lovely private eye, will come in.
Ooh.
And
Get
he
out of
kind
here,
of.
Vincent. We're having a conversation. Get out of here.
Well, you're open. Are you not open for business?
Yes, we are.
Sure are.
I had to say.
Come on in.
So yeah, so you have a few members there, a few city watch, local people. Things are kind of coming back to a bit of a normal rundown, and he kind of steps in, and when you see him take his hand off the doorknob, he's got these lovely white gloves on, and he kind of looks at it, and brushes it away. He's not of one of of dirt and all that, but he kind of gives it a little kind of a quick look over and nods a bit, but then sees y'all over in the back table, and will approach and looks at you. How might I? Do we have a nice red wine that y'all have that is of quality that I might have a sip of? I have something that might interest you.
Oh, I absolutely.
Osric, go get him it.
Osric runs over to the bar, starts setting him up with a glass of wine.
Okay, and he will come up to one of the bench there and all that, and you see him pull out a handkerchief, and he wipes down the seat area and all that, and caresses it, and it's not that dirty, but he looks at enough, and he just kind of flings it past you, Lionel, into the fire. And he's got some tails of a jacket, and he flips them up, and he sits down, and he says, "Yes, I've always wondered what a place like this might look like. It'll pass, I guess, but and what I must say, I'm parched." And he waits, for Osric to slowly. The halfling is a slow one, is he not? Gosh.
Where is he? I don't. Where did he
He's
go?
sitting right there.
I don't see his icon on the screen. He must have turned invisible.
I'm gonna give you an icon.
Like this?
He's
Alright,
slow and
here you go.
hot-headed.
Here's your glass of wine.
But thank you.
Very good to see you.
And he kind of, you see him.
Brain does.
He
Osric brought the bottle with him.
Well, he sips it, and he gets a little grimace in his face. It is okay. And he sips a little bit more of it, and he puts it down on the table there, and he goes, "Well, so it was curious in the discussion with my client, which I shall not go into, in chatting about this so-called puppet creature man thing that ran around the buildings, and it was a discussion, I believe, and he was chatting with that and knew that it was a nimble right, or he may, he brings it up, and y'all may have not known it. I don't remember what the discussion was, but if he didn't bring it up, then he's telling
up the client.
Yeah, he doesn't bring up the client, but I can't remember if we're talking about a nimble right that the lady saw, if he remembered what it was, but because I don't think actually he did, because y'all saw it when the parade, so he's going to confirm that he has found out that it's called a nimble right, and he will tell you that from his contacts and a little research and all that there's best place that they are known to have been built before and all that is a place called the House of the Inspired Hands. Priest of Gond are there, and these are gnomes. And if anyone knows anything about this Nimblewright or any association with those who may own it, this would be the place to go talk to someone there. And he heard that there was a dragonborn, a female dragonborn by the name of like I said, and I had it right in front of me, you dodo head. Valletta. Her name is Valletta. She is a dragonborn priest, bronze, he says, that you would want to chat with. Find Valletta in the House of the Inspired Hands. Not bad wine.
Well, this is important information.
Have another glass.
Oh,
Have you
one
found
is
anything about
one
the-
is fine for me, good halfling. What's
anything
that?
else came up about the were-rats, or no?
I have no. So he has gotten more information, and you have noticed that there's been a few extra new faces that have come in to the tavern and all that. And he says I would not be surprised. He has heard, like I said, the petition and the complaint has been filed against the inn here by Emic. And
Are there any of the new faces now in the bar?
no, but there have been a couple coming in, and he says probably if they've been a few, those will probably be the inspectors undercover coming in looking.
Great.
Well, we have nothing to hide, so.
It's not what I heard. I heard one of you spent the night in the pokey.
Well,
Yeah, that'd be our lanky friend Gunmare here.
it was all a misunderstanding.
How do you know that? It was them.
I do know lots of things. I have access to, let's just say, some of the records when needed. You have to know whose hands to grease from time to time. So I did not say that.
It was sarcasm. It was very funny.
Yeah, you really laughed a lot, Osric.
Excuse me, Mr. Vincent. Do you have any clues, or can you point us in the direction of this female bronze dragon named Valletta?
Yeah, so you
Where
would
could we
need to
speak
go.
with this one?
Yeah, you will need to go to the House of the Inspired Hands, and he will tell you that in Waterdeep, that is in the Sea Ward. That it is directly east from where y'all are at, and it shouldn't that be that hard a place to find. It is off of Sea Watch Street and Shark Street in the Sea Ward. It's a fairly good sized temple, not that difficult, and he will tell you that it is, I think,
Sea Watch and what?
oh, you made me. Arg.
What was that?
Sea Watch and Shark.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll say somewhere like, I'm going to give you all a map. And it is directly east. I mean, not west, I'm sorry, west. Mother left. Totally straight toward the ocean. And you'll have, shouldn't be too hard to find. Search it out there.
Shall we be on our way?
Well, nighttime is it's night again.
Oh.
Oh.
You've spent the day doing these things.
I thought we just got back from the jail. It was early morning.
Well, time flies when you're having fun, Osric. You can be
you're
afternoon.
drinking
I don't care.
wine.
It's fine. It's in the afternoon. Let's put it that way. Yeah, it's an early drink for Vincent. You know, he's parched. He works hard for you. You should respect that.
I do. Have another glass.
Have the whole bottle.
Oh no! This was not settled too good. I'm a
You
delicate
don't have
man.
to drink it all at once. You know.
Oh, but isn't that the way you're supposed to drink wine?
What a connoisseur.
That I am of the quality of life.
Do you like
Sir.
ale?
No. That's a.
What if it's the best ale you've ever had?
There's been no such thing.
Pretty bold
Well,
claim.
We shall see. We shall see.
Want to make a bet? No.
Bold words. Bold words.
Well, you know us.
So let's say it is afternoon. What are we doing? Lionel's come back. You divulge to them what you heard and spoke, and or do you keep it to yourself, Lionel?
No, I let him know everything.
Okay. All right. So
I think we could. I think we could make a trip over to the Sea Ward. Maybe even, if we got some spare time, maybe we can go check out the beach. It's been a long time since I've, seen the ocean. I don't know about you guys. I think it'd be nice. A little vacation to kind of get away from it all. I've had a rough couple of weeks.
Well, yeah. Maybe we should sit close though. There's inspectors coming over. Who knows?
These
What'll
one will
happen?
stay
They've been
here.
coming over.
I know, but they're still gonna keep them coming over.
Yeah, that's the
Who knows?
thing about this, about everything we're doing. We got to keep the bar running too. Like,
Well,
we-
we have the staff
Lionel will
for
stay
it.
here.
are you gonna do another round of flyers? How much did it cost to run flyers last time?
I think it was 10 gold, if I remember.
How about we do the flyers
Mhm.
when we get the actual special ale in?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, if we know that the batch is gonna be coming in soon, we want to drum it up.
okay.
And maybe we can have a little party for for the Days of Wonder, and just trying to kind of try to tie all that in. We need to ramp up the business because, mechanically speaking, we rolled very well on percentile dice, and we didn't make very much money.
What's a percentile dice?
I'm speaking in a mechanical, in a strictly metagaming sense.
Fair enough.
I'm concerned that it's going to be hard for us to stay, to stay in business unless we keep, answering the job boards. But that's not the point of the business. The business is supposed to sustain itself. I'm a little concerned about our finances. In the midst of everything else that's going on, we got a lot going on.
Yes, you do. You have a lot going on.
All right, we will see you this evening, Lionel. Do you have any questions that we can answer for you if you had anything in mind?
No, the questions that I asked the Zoldor, maybe ask of this Dragonborn.
You're kind of tied into all this. Do you want to? Maybe I can stay behind
I
and
think
no,
I
tend
no,
to the
should go
bar.
it's
talk
fine.
to the Dragonborn.
No, it is fine. You go.
It's kind
Okay.
of weird that they only own 3 of the nimble rights. Interesting.
Well, there were lots more than 3,
Yeah.
on at the parade.
And
Wonder if there's any other companies who
maybe
have.
the House of the Inspired Hand.
Yeah, since they're made there, they might be able to give us some more insight. And that's definitely one of the questions we could ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, have a good evening. Be safe. Don't let anything blow up the bar. It's kind of been out of our control lately, quite frankly.
I mean, remember, rats are always good.
There's only so much we can do,
Yes.
and on our way we go.
Head toward the Temple of Gond.
Towards the House of Inspired Hands. At the
Yeah,
address.
it's called in the Temple of Gond. The House of Inspired Hands. That's the name of the temple. So y'all make your way over to that, and as you're moving through the area and finding some directions and asking if you see Watch, they will point you, and you begin to see a little area in town that begins to open up, and you see looks like a cross between a temple and a workshop. Honestly, the symbol of Gond, a toothed cog with 4 spokes, is displayed prominently up on the front of the building and around all corners. When you move closer and you get in within let's say a block or 2 of the place, motion catches your eye, and a silhouette of a humanoid shape is perched up on the rooftop of the temple. And you see it kind of extend its arm out, and this little looks like a bird just kind of shoots up out of its hand, and you see it go, and it does these loops, and you hear the, and then all of a sudden it comes right at the four of y'all. I mean, just like, and all four of you need to make me some dexterity saves, please.
Duck for cover.
Hell.
Incoming!
Why, God?
Ooh.
Why did I roll with advantage?
Because it's the advantage say poison. It's the way it's that effect needs to be recoded. That's the stout. It's not. Yeah. So, who am I missing?
No,
Great.
me, it's not.
I'm missing
rolling
Great.
in the thing. It's not
There you
going.
go. There you go. It's lagging.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
It gives me the
Ooh.
lowest roll. I had like
Gray
4.
X. Oh no. It zooms right at you, and it just pound. And what you see.
Hell.
What's up, Bashman? Oh, who you giving cheer? Are you giving inspiration to me? Your best friend ever? The cool dude in the group? You're the DM? Because that's who you want to give inspiration to, so I can hit one of them, right? Oh, Gray X gets it? Oh, come on, man.
Oh, cool.
It's the blessings of Bahamut. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's a little
He's
better.
he's gonna give them to everybody but me. I gave him, oh, look, he rolled inspiration, so now it's Osric that has the low one. Oh, Osric. So painted ricochet, just immediately just diverts course and shoots and comes right at y'all, and you see this thing, and it...
Oh, he gave it to you too, Doc.
I know he did. Oh, he did? Oh, good, because then oh, yeah! Look at that. After the roll, I'm going to roll it again, because I had inspiration. Oh, man, this thing just... It looks like a little sparrow with a little beak, like a needle beak, and it's definitely... You can hear the gears turning in it and all that. It's mechanical. There's no doubt. And it's shiny. And it flies around at y'all. And now y'all can roll. Yeah. So, Leonel, you're. Not try to leave you out of all this, but what are you doing, my friend, back at the compound?
I am going to go walk around the outside to see if there's any new scratchings, any marks. And
Okay.
if it's getting dark,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to stay up on the rooftop.
Okay. Camped out
Keep an eye
watching.
out.
Okay. Alrighty. We'll play that routine too. So this happens. Yeah. So yeah, Leonel's out for a moment, but the rest of y'all all can give me initiative rolls.
Oh,
This thing's basically, for whatever reason, it's gotten an interest in y'all and trying to come at y'all.
I bet.
Yeah, it flies around, and as y'all pull your weapons to, prepare to meet this thing head on, and as it turns to come back around banking on y'all, it slams into the side of the temple wall and just goes, it just shatters into 100 pieces. You see little metal parts, you see springs, you see cogwheels, just all kind of blow apart. And when y'all turn back to look at up where it came from, the figure's gone.
What the hell was that?
What's that, Rach? Release the hounds. Oh no, the hounds! Here they go, madness. Okay, well, yeah, way up on top of the temple, the figure is gone. You do not see where.
Guys, what just happened? Some kind of... It flew at my head a couple times and then crashed into a wall. What the hell was it?
Some kind of...
It's a bird.
Niblet.
Strange
And y'all
metal
noticing that the daylight is starting to wane a little bit. There's activity and a buzz about, but it's definitely starting to quiet down.
Osric will go investigate the remains of the...
Yeah, like I
thing
said,
that shot out of it.
it's little pieces of metal, and you've got a little oil, like that was in the gears. It was definitely a full metal contraption. And now it's just parts and pieces. Totally, it hit the wall, it exploded. I mean, like confetti.
Well, now I'm kind of pissed. We need to go consult these people about why the hell their thing just attacked us.
Osric will collect up as many pieces as he can into a little pouch.
Okay. All right.
And he'll rejoin the group.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see 2 big doors, that are mostly open, that look like to be the entrance into the temple.
After you, Abdel.
Check for
sure.
traps. They're a society of crafters. They're probably going to build some traps.
Why?
It's a joke. Never mind.
Shut up, Osric. No, it's just it walks in the door.
Walk in. Okay. You walk into the main hall. Is everybody going in?
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah.
playing with y'all. You'll die. All right.
Oh,
So
I knew it.
you walk
on,
into
Yeah,
the main
check
hall of the temple is what you first walk into, and y'all are just immediately taken aback by these. There's about 24 marble pedestals, and there's each one of them have these contraptions and models of. Man, you don't know. You see one is like a 4-foot tall model of a clock tower that rings at the top of every hour. And it's made of wood, iron, bronze, glass, and you see brass bells, delicate hands. It is gorgeous, And then you see another one. Looks like it's a wooden flying machine that has wings and it's flapping. But it's not moving. But it looks like it would, whatever it is that we could flap like a bird's wings. But it's like a plane with wings. But you see a miniature model of a mechanical dragon turtle. It has a brass plate affixed to its pedal that reads, "Big Belchy sank in Deepwater Harbor on this day of wonders in 1363." You see what's something that's called a waking helmet equipped with a small articulated metal arm and hands that gently slap the wearer if he or she falls asleep. Definitely a gnome invention, as you can tell. There's a miniature model of a red submarine shaped like a manta ray that has a brass plate affixed to it that reads, "The Scarlet Marnapineth, Lantanese Submersible." And they've got little prizes. You can see like ribbons and all on them. Gold winner this year, So, and there's just tons of them. And y'all are just kind of walking through it, and you're seeing people moving around a lot. And there's multiple gnomes, but other types of individuals too. And you move through, and then you kind of see what is a receiving area, which is the back area of maybe the workrooms and the living quarters and all that. More the private sections, and you can kind of see people walking through. And then there is a small, human male that's in there, another retinue that is basically manning a desk that is watching y'all and is kind of smiling as y'all are looking at the all the inventions as you go by, and she smiles and says, "Yes, it is the great many wonders that behold you when you walk into our great hall. What brings you to our Temple of Gond this fine spring day?" Don't all talk at once. Don't go crazy.
Well, first of all, hey, Osric, do you have the
Yeah.
pieces?
We did have some other things to talk about, but before we do that, my name is Osric Tornbottom. This is Sir Greyax. He's a paladin of Bahamut. We have
What?
Genmar. What did I introduce you incorrectly? Sir Greyax, a paladin of Bahamut. Is that wrong?
You don't know who I support.
I don't. We talked about this.
You've talked about it, yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, we talked about Bahamut.
sorry about that. And Genmar and Abdel. Before we talk about anything else, we don't mean to be offensive by any means, but we were just accosted by seems to be some kind of mechanical creature that was on top of your building, and they threw something at us, and it looks like this. And he sets the bag down on we're in front of a table or something, and perhaps the contents spill out, just the gears and parts and stuff. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell exactly, what happened, but something up there was just he shot that thing out of his arm like a
What?
ballista or a cannon. Yeah.
Are you on something, sir? What? I don't understand. One moment.
sir.
Let me go get my boss.
Okay.
Stay right here, please. And he's just kind of, she backs up a little bit and just shaking her head. People are crazy nowadays, all this stuff going on. And she kind of, she walks off and she comes back and you see her coming back and she's with a bronze dragonborn and some robes and all that. And Perfect. She's pointing and Valletta's looking at her and Valletta, taps her on the forehead and pats her back in a little bit and said, and you can see she's sending her on her way. And you hear something about dinner is being served. And Valletta moves up and she introduces herself and she goes, yes, I am the head priest here at the temple. You have a complaint to lodge for something? Is that what I'm understanding? Did something fall on you? Is that what I don't quite understand the ramblings of our young little initiate here.
There's a couple things we wanted to talk about, but before we get to the original reason for our visit, I was telling your orderly, we were accosted by some kind of creature. It looked like one of the nimble rights, perhaps.
What? Wait, what did you just say?
I think it looked like one of the nimble rights, and it shot some kind of boomerang or something at me, and it fell apart when it hit the wall. And it's right here, and he points at the parts that are sitting on the table.
Slow down, good sir. When did this happen?
A moment ago. My friends here can attest to it. This thing just zoomed right by my head. I don't know if
Where did it come from?
It was up on the roof of this building right now.
Our roof? Our temple, you say?
Yes.
I'm afraid so, and I don't mean to, put you on the spot, but it's something.
She holds her hand up. She holds her hand up. She just says, and you just see her. She face palms, and she goes, "I am at my wit's end. I praise the Lord, Lond. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through the rest of the day with this creature of ours. He's going to drive me crazy. Come with me. I know that is our nimble right named Nim. Please." Oh my! This is just going to. I'm at my wit's end, and she motions y'all, and she turns around in a huff, and if steam could be coming out of her, it would. You could see that she's a little perturbed, and she turns around to make sure y'all are following her, and she goes through a couple of corridors, and then you see a staircase going up several levels to a landing in a little door area, like an attic in the temple.
Oscar grabs the bag of stuff as he goes.
Yes, and she heads up the spiral staircase, and she's muttering the whole time. I mean, and some of it you're quite certain should not be said in a temple. And she gets to the door and she reaches into a little pouch and she's got some little key rings. You hear a little jingle, and she puts it into the key, and it doesn't work. And she's like, "What? Nim?" And she bangs on the door. Bam, bam, bam. "You open this door right now, or there's going to be some punishment like you have never seen before. Nim, I am up to my dragon scales in dealing with you." And she's bam, bam, bam. And she's banging on this door, man.
Pardon me, priestess, madam, may I see the door for a moment? I might be able to help open it up, unless you want to make sure Nim does the right thing. If you're trying to teach him or train him, I won't do anything. I might be able to open the door for you.
Nim will do as he's told, or he will be grounded again and again. This is like the fourth time this month already. And she goes, and she's looking at you. "It's a door. It's a lock."
I'd like to open it up for you, if you don't mind.
Be my guest.
Osric glances back at the rest of the group, particularly at Grey Axe, and then he moves up to the door. and I'll use thieves' tools to try to pick the lock.
You can make me a thieves' tools check.
I'm gonna do this with inspiration.
You may do that. Click.
Same exact roll.
Yeah, but it was high enough, and
Okay.
it took you a little time. And you click it, and you also see, this was a fairly complicated lock, Osric, and you're fairly certain with a little luck, a little skill, all of the above, but you're looking at it, and she, it falls to the ground, and she grabs it. Part of it falls to the ground, let's say, and she grabs it, and she says, "Thank you, sir. One moment." And she turns the handle, and then she kicks the door in.
Oh my goodness!
And she goes into this room, and it's an attic area, and there are contraptions, and there's things all over the place hanging down. You see a workbench area with a ton of tools and pieces of metal and spring, lots of stuff. And you all kind of step into the door, and she says, "Just wait one moment. Nim, show yourself now, young man. I am up to here with your activities. You know you're not supposed to be playing like this. We've told you not to be making stuff, keeping a lid on things. Where are you?" And nothing's kind of moving. She just kind of waits. She goes, "I will wait you out, young man. I'll lock down this attic. I'll lock down the crawl space. You won't see daylight for months if you keep this up, Nim. Show yourself now." And we then begin to see what was a pile of junk and just pieces of things and all that. You see two arms begin to move, and you all see it, and some things fall away from the pile. And she says, "I thought so, young man. You will come here right now." And this construct basically comes up out of the pile, and it's a nimblewright, and it looks, like, I'll show you what it looks like. Doesn't carry the sword, but it is basically, has it's a construct. It's got mechanical pieces to it, but when it was hiding there with everything kind of buried on top, it was hiding on purpose. You could tell, but mechanical of nature. It's got this, doesn't have a costume. It's all metal. You're basically seeing, and she says, "You come here right now," and it just kind of slowly. Its head's down, and it kind of shuffles over there, and he looks at it, and she goes, "Were you out on the rooftop again?" And it won't look at her, and she goes, "I'm waiting for an answer. Answer me, young man, or I'll have that hatch closed right now." And he kind of shakes his head up and down, and she looks at you. She goes, "I saw that you, good sir, grabbed the pieces of that contraption. Would you please put it on the table right there next to Nim? Nim, did you create this?"
Osric, carefully keeping his eyes on the robot, moves over to the table, sets it down, and then scampers back very quickly.
Yeah, and he looks at it, and she looks at y'all, and she goes, "Don't you lie to me. I know it. You may not be able to speak, Nim, but I know your ways. You are a member of this family here, Nim. Do not lie to your family members." And he you see his shoulders slump down, and he shakes his head. Yeah, he made it. And she goes, "Okay, well then I believe that you owe an apology to these good sirs. They didn't deserve for your little contraption to, I'm assuming, got out of control again, and you're trying, but you know better than to try to give these things their own thoughts and understandings. They're not. You are one of a kind, Nim, and we love you dearly for it. But you drive us crazy from time to time with this abilities of yours. But I know in your heart and what you have said to me in the past that you want a companion. But you could have hurt these gentlemen. And he kind of looks at y'all, what would be eyes, looks at y'all and stares. And there's an intelligence there that y'all can kind of feel and see is looking at you, and he makes, so he's looking at y'all. Then his hands come up very quickly, almost, quicker than y'all were expecting. And he begins to do sign language. Basically, y'all don't know but y'all haven't seen it before. And she's looking at y'all, and he says he is apologizing to you for his little Tweety. Did not expect it to fly so fast away from him. He was hoping it would stay. It was supposed to fly around him and keep him company, but it apparently, as we can tell, did nothing of the sort. So, Nim, we're going to have to ground you, young man. But be that it as it may, so Nim, I'm going to have to deal with you later. I wanted you to see these gentlemen face to face. They are here for some important business of some sort. And you and I are going to have a talk later about this. You stay here. I want you here, and you better be here when I come back. And she begins to turn and says, okay, thank you. We can go back downstairs and discuss what y'all were needing to have. You came here for a reason, and I apologize. This needed to be addressed immediately. Sometimes he's a child.
Well, yes. How old is the child? And he's like looking up at the giant robot.
Nim has been with them good 15, 20 years. It's been here a while. Mm-hmm.
Very, very young. Yes.
Well, yes, their ages, but he's like I said, he's a one of a kind. And it does not matter. We do not. Like I said, you did not care to come to talk about Nim. What did you come here for, by the way?
If we're gonna head downstairs and have our discussion, is he gonna be in here? Is he gonna stay in here, or how did he get out onto the roof? I'm just wondering.
You'll see a crawl. There's a crawl space with the door, and as though try as we might, we always put locks on it. But this he's smarter than he should be, and is very adept at.
Wow.
Picking the locks. And the lock, as you saw, that was brand new, Nim, wasn't it? And you knew better. You didn't think we were going to be. I'll have that door kicked down, young man, next time you do that. And he just kind of.
Going to be the next step.
He just kind of shuffles around a little bit there, as a kid would.
Does he have like any dents or anything like that?
He's crystal clean.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't have a speck of dirt on him at all.
Very amazing. I'll say creature.
He is.
If it's alive, it's a creature. It's constructed, but does it have a mind?
It's part of, yeah. We haven't been able to truly discern how such one as Nim has come to being. Like I said, we have created some in the past, and we have a few, such as our lovely friends at the Sea Maidens Fair have a few nimble rights that are programmed specifically for traveling up and down the streets, waving to people. They have certain programming, and that is what they are for. Our good creature here, Nim, in such a way, we have not been able to truly discern. He is a unique one. He is a one of a kind, let's say, because there has been a slowly creep of, shall we say, intelligence has come into him. And due to that, we had the high priest of the temple put a warding spell around the compound which he is unable to leave. He because of his own good and his curiosity, shall we say, as you can tell here, he is unable to leave the grounds of our temple.
That's quite fascinating. Well, well, shall we head downstairs then? If he's gonna be all right here, alone and all. Hate to leave him alone, honestly.
Now, he has his contraptions. He works on many things up here. Unfortunately, sometimes works on too much for his own good, like the bird.
Osric will point to the bag of parts, and he'll say, "Okay, Nim, I'd like to see another bird. Perhaps a bit later. Just mind the aim. I don't have any metal parts, and I can't handle them very well. Like in my face or anything. But it'd be interesting to see if you're able to put it all back together and have a bird again."
Yeah, so you put it down, you're saying all that, and you see Nim, he's head goes up like, this is never, wow, surprise, he's got this, and he kind of moves over to it, and he almost immediately, the bird starts to reform as his fingers and his tools are working and all that, and he looks back up at, Valletta, and he makes some motions and all that, and she goes, what do you mean other creation? I mean, this you have this one back with what other one? What are you talking about, Nim? And he kind of stops again, and he looks down, and she goes, "What have you done, Nim?" And he begins to make some signs again and all that, and you see that if she had color, if she has color, if it could drain from her, you basically could see that just kind of wash away. Almost she'd go from being she's bronze, I said, to white dragon, and she is. I mean, and then then we have the Popeye scene, or something cartoon where steam starts coming out of the ears, and she's like going, "For the love of God, what did you do, Nim?" And he's sitting down in his chair. He's just all solemn and all that, and he's making all these furious motions. She's like, slow down, what? But it did what? And it went, what? Nim. And she goes, he created another one of himself. O.M. Gond. And
Osric just looks back at the rest of the group.
Explains a lot.
Cue the theme from.
Once again, Nim, I know you're lonely, son. I am sorry about this, but you could not have expected. You are a one of a kind creation and love of the world, Nim, and we care so much about you here. But it is going to take more than just you to figure out how you came to be. And I don't know what else to say about that. He's created. He says to me that this, he was saying that the bird at least didn't run off like his friend. He created another one about a month ago, and it ran off. And they took it outside on the roof to show it around, and it took off, and he couldn't leave the compound because of the spell, the holding spell that is here, and he hasn't seen it since.
Okay.
Oh my God, Nim, please, would y'all please, we need to wait outside. Unfortunately, Nim, Nim, what have you done? And she goes to the door and she yells out for a couple of names, and they come, you hear them come up the stairs, they come up, and she goes, I want those inventions and I want those tools out of here right now. And Nim is like, he's cussing with his arms. I mean, he's, and he's kicking things. No, and he's trying to grab stuff, and she's like going, get you back, young man. I warned you. You not understand. I have to take this to the High Council now because oh my God. And she is, I'm going to have to pray for days now for the blasphemy that I am committing in here. But you have driven me to my final breaking point, Nim. And so he's like, you could see a kid, he's kicking everything and he's knocking things over. And, she's like going, you could scream all you want, young man, but that's not going to change, And he hits a few devices and she's exasperated, and she says, go sit in the corner, young man. And she turns out, I am so sorry, good sirs. Y'all did not have to see this. This was uncalled for.
Well, you say that, but I think this, honestly, this is exactly what we needed to see, madam. And,
what? I know. I think maybe now we should head downstairs and have our conversation. It's just... It's funny how things work out sometimes, But we really need to talk. Okay.
So if you've got some
yes.
time,
So the
now.
acolytes, and she says, one of y'all stay in this room and watch him, and he is not to leave the perimeter of this floor. His feet stay on this floor. Yes, ma'am. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, ma'am. Don't take your eyes off of him. And she said, leave the door open and yell down if you need me. And she moves past y'all very huffily, heat rising up out of her, if there's ever such a thing. And she makes her way downstairs to the main front area. And she waits for y'all to come in. And she goes, excuse me. And she pulls her collar a little bit. I need to get a hold of myself. Sometimes I've never had children of my own, and I can see why I've never wanted them. But some reason, Lord Gond above decided to, I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse, to put this creature in with me. I feel it's a curse sometimes. I don't know what I've deserved it, but we shall prevail. What is it that y'all came here to discuss before I must go to Mass?
I think on the way down the stairs, Osric would have mentioned to Grey Axe that perhaps he's the one best suited to talk to her. Because, he's a holy man, and he's a dragonborn. And he's got the best charisma in the group. Well, yeah, but,
have scales, you see.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's very delicately put. But yeah, so Osric will nominate Grey Axe to lead the discussion.
Just what he wanted.
Yeah, because I rolled so good on my charisma checks.
He did say he wanted to talk to her.
Hey, man, there's not many Dragonborns here. So, there you go.
You start killing some characters and bring more Dragonborn in.
No.
Okay.
Town's gonna be full damn
dragons. So, so she's waiting. She's looking at y'all while y'all look at each other like, yes. She's now becoming, you see, perturbedness in y'all.
Okay,
what?
so we enter the room and all right, so you take all the time you need. I know this has been a bit of a stressful couple minutes, and it's not exactly the reason why we came by was to meet Mr. Nim. He's a very fascinating creature. Quite fascinating to find out about what he's created. I wanted to take a moment while you're catching your breath to introduce the rest of the group here. We have Mr. Abdel. He's from the north. I think he's from the north, but he really likes the cold. He's our enforcer, if you will. He takes care of us in the ways that, like, personal bodyguard and whatnot. He's very good at that kind of stuff. And then we have Mr. Genmar here. He's a cleric of Torm. He provides us with the with the faith healing. I'm sure the same way that you're able to through the powers of yours.
You begin to see her eyes fluttering as she's falling asleep.
And finally, Sir Grey Axe.
I think you already
introduced a Dragonborn.
I introduced to to the clerk, but not to her.
Oh.
Anyways, and I'm
Thank
Nosric
you,
Torn.
sir. I'm glad to know that. Once again, why are you here?
I will allow Sir Grayax to explain the situation in greater detail.
Would you please,
Can-
distant brother?
Distant brother.
You know what? Sure. And I'll start talking to her in Draconic.
Oh.
Oh, I
No
understand
reason
that.
Oh,
now that's just
snap.
offensive.
Of why we're here.
She's waiting.
About so
You have to type it.
we
Yeah,
too
exactly.
much work. Shit. Way too much work.
Mm-hmm.
We are searching for the, I guess, as we just figured out, missing contraption. We believe he was involved in a, or it was involved in a bombing.
What are you
Near
talking?
our-
What contraption are you
our-
talking about? What, sir?
The one that Nim said, didn't that just happen? Nim created a contraption.
He
One of the
created
other
a duplicate
people,
of
a
himself.
friend.
He
Yeah.
created a duplicate. Well, it's
I'm
a
calling it
nimble right.
contraption. I
Good
know
man.
That's a misterms. My apologies. But we believe the missing nimble right is responsible in part with a bombing that happened near our
Bombing.
a fireball blew up a bombing. It was devastating. Many lives were lost.
She just, okay, and she's I'm not feeling good, and she just her head she's kind of moving on the desk. I gotta sit down, and she sits down in a chair and she goes, "What has the damn thing done?"
Well, there's 4.
You're telling me you're here because you think that wayward nimble right has caused an issue in the city.
Correct.
She's just kind of sitting there, and she just stares at you, and it's a beatdown of epic proportions that she is now in the middle of, and she goes, no more. I will pull it out of the coffers of Holy Gond himself if I have to, if you will find this contraption and destroy it. It's 500 gold pieces are yours if you bring me proof of this destruction, for the love of Gond, and say no more of it.
Is there anything of the nimble rights we can bring in for proof, or do you just want all the parts back?
Bring me the head is good
Okay.
enough.
Make sure Nim doesn't see it.
Any idea of where we can begin? Like, is there any way we can? I don't know. Any way you would know? Potentially.
No, but
look?
I know who possibly we need to talk to. And she looks straight back up the stairs. And she says,
talk.
"Oh, he'll talk to me.
Well, he does sign
Look
language.
at me. Do it look like I'm fooling around now?
Does he?
No.
Does he know how to
Brethren.
write?
Just
Do you know about
trust me on this."
How it might have come across a necklace of fireballs?
No, I'm not here. No,
Okay.
I mean, so no, please. Do I look that foolish to give a creature such as him?
Well, no, I didn't know if it just took
Really?
it. You guys didn't know.
No.
Abdel, shh.
We make contraptions like we don't. They're more. You see things magically, not offensive weapons like that. No, this
Okay.
is definitely what that is. And so she as a low grumble and grunt, she lifts herself, groan, oh my god, and she picks herself up out of the chair, and she looks like she may have aged 100 years in front of y'all from having to deal with all this. And she lifts herself up and she composes herself and she goes, "I am a priestess of Gond. I can control this. Good father, I feel that you have put this before me to teach me a lesson. I know not which that may, but please make it in soon for me if you care anything about me. And she takes herself upstairs and, falls back up the stairs, and you see, the acolytes that are all up there. I mean, they can see this, and you see pure fear in their faces as they see her coming. And she waits for y'all to get back in the room, and Nim's over there sulking in the corner, and she just kind of puts her fingers on the desk, and she just kind of taps, and she's just sitting there tapping, and slowly his head will kind of spin around, and she motions with just this other finger to move toward her, and he resists. He's kind of sitting there acting like he's not going to, and she and then it's just this it's just palatable that you could cut in the air, and he finally will stand up and shuffle over to her, and she will look at him and goes, Nim, you've created this creature, but he has to come home now. What can you tell these good men? They're going to go find your friend. But since you can't leave, they need help. You need to tell us all that you can about the Nimblewright. And he kind of looks for a second, and he just he points over to some piles of stuff and makes a motion. He goes, okay. And he walks over, and he pulls out, and he puts some stuff aside, and he pulls out this contraption that you will see, picks it up, and it's got some gears on it, and it's got a little umbrella that looks like it opens and closes, and it's got this triggering mechanism on it, and he picks it up and he hands it to her, and he begins to make some signs and all that, and she goes, well, how would you think this was going to work when you couldn't leave the grounds, young man? And he just kind of, sit there and goes, well, praise the God that the sense sometimes in you, boy, amazes me. And she turns and she looks at you all, and she goes, of all things, he made a Nimblewright detector.
Osric smiles with glee, and he's like, this is freaking amazing, dude.
And according to him, it's this triggering mechanism, and you squeeze the trigger and it will begin to spin up. And if the Nimblewright, other than Nim, if there's one within 500 feet of you, that umbrella and the contraption will begin to whir, spin, click, make a bunch of noises. And as you get closer and closer, this noise and the velocity, everything begins to reach maximum. It basically almost will pick you up off the ground, it sounds like, with the spinning and all that. And I would watch yourself, because some of those, you see the claws and the marking on it, those could hurt if they catch you. But this is basically, you can use this to try to track down where it's at. Now, she says 500 feet is definitely, is the capacity of this thing. Well, y'all, well, it doesn't take you very much to learn that you're looking at us. You got a lot of area to search. So, but Waterdeep's a very, very big place. So, and she says, I don't envy you the task before you, but please, don't say no more. Say no more. Let's retire. Nim, I'm going to deal with you in a moment. You sit here and mind your business. I must deal with them, and I am slightly hungry. I feel famished all of a sudden. I'm going to need something to eat before I resolve the issues of dealing with you, young man. And she motions for y'all to head back out the door and go downstairs.
There's no way,
and y'all
no way
have.
we can ask a question to the robot.
If you trying to, sure. If you're going to stop, sure.
Yeah, Osric, like it was one thing, if I may, like just one thing. Can I talk with Nim for just a second? I have an idea.
Okay.
Mr. Nim, can you understand me? Okay.
He shakes his head. And she
Okay.
goes, yes, he understands common quite well. He just can't speak.
Okay. I completely understand. Okay. So it's like 20 questions, but I only have two questions. Number one, Mr. Nim, uh, do you enjoy the city? Do you enjoy looking out at the city? From where you are here?
Shakes his head up and down. Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere in particular, if you stop and think about it for a while, is there anywhere in particular that you really, really wanted to visit? Do you think that maybe your brother might want to go as well?
He shakes his
Can you
hand.
think of
He
any?
shakes his hand no. And she goes, well, he's been here for many years, but he has never traveled. And wow, if he even saw the city when he came in, very doubtful. He has never left the compound since he's been here.
Just to be clear, I'm asking if there's anywhere that he would want to go.
Nim shakes his head. No.
Oh.
And he makes some motions and all. And she goes, only I can see. I would like to step out on the street right outside the temple. I'd like to go see the flower stand right across the street. I'd like to go see. I can see the water way out over the edge. May I go see the water? And she goes, no, Nim, you wouldn't. Water not good for you, Nim. He begins to start saying more. I'd like to go here. I'd like to go there. And basically, it's anywhere around the vicinity that he could see from the rooftop.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nim. You were very, very helpful. I very much appreciate it. Okay. Can I go ahead and take that little
It's in the parcel. The Nimble Ride detector is in the parcel. She has given it to y'all.
I thank you so much, and we will be very diligent. Now, so you definitely want this thing destroyed?
What? She goes, shut. She goes, no, we're talking about, let's head back downstairs, please.
Oh, I thought we were downstairs now.
No, you were talking to Nim.
Osric.
Nim's watching you and following.
I thought we had gone downstairs by now.
You thought wrong.
Well, I wouldn't have said that if we were in the room with him. But, okay.
Sure you wouldn't.
Sure he wouldn't. Sure he wouldn't.
That's fine. We can play it out that way if you want.
Y'all make your way downstairs, and she goes, hush, hush. I don't need more heartache, young man. So yes, and she goes, the answer to your question is, please bring me the head of this creature. He will, but that's the rest of it is destroyed. We will take care of Nim. The 500 gold is yours when you bring back the proof of this creature. And the contraption is yours to keep too then. Maybe she thinks about that, and no. Maybe, you know what? Bring that contraption back. I might have some other items that might be of better use to you.
Does it matter if it's... So it doesn't matter if it's intact or not.
What's
Would it
intact?
be more use? The nimble.
What? Oh no, she goes, I want it destroyed.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Anything else, sirs? I will await your return with good news.
Do you know if it? I mean, could Nim be reprogrammed, or is he truly he's acting on his own?
He's acting on his own. He is sentient. He has his own thought, and she has said there is no other like him.
Okay. Well, just to be clear, this
that she knows of.
The one that we're talking about.
Sentient.
It threw a fireball down into a crowd.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Osric.
She goes, I understand, and I would like to not bring this to attention anymore inside the temple. Please just destroy the thing.
Okay.
And we'll say no more of it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
She doesn't even, she just kind of turns off, waving bye to you as she makes her way toward the front of the temple. I'm going to be here for days.
Bye.
You hear her mumble.
Bye.
And y'all begin to sit. The acolyte kind of says, "Come this way, come this way." We will be closing up for the night, and y'all look outside, and it is dark, and y'all can make your way. You're ushered outside, and they thank you, really, doggies. And unless there's anything else?
On the way home, Osric activates the detector every now and then.
And nothing happens. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, so it goes up and down. Okay. Except for when you get every now and then, Osric, as y'all get closer and closer toward home, you'll get a little. It will act a little different. Okay,
guys, watch this.
And it doesn't do anything, and then all of a sudden, as you're not expecting, all of a sudden.
This thing, I wonder if it's on to Fritz. What she said his range was 500 feet.
500 feet.
Jeez. This is going to
Now, we will cut scene as the group is watching the nimble ride detector, and we have Lionel up on the rooftop at nighttime, diligently watching for dastardly what am I looking for? Oh my God, big words. Destroy. Oh my God, really? I'm going to have a brain fart on a word here now. God Almighty. Those who, never mind. Okay, basically he's watching the street level to see who is.
If anything tries to come up and carve our
basically
building.
people that do that. I'm trying to think.
Vandalize.
Vandalize. Thank you very. Oh my God!
I was waiting a little bit.
I was like, I can't get the damn word out of my mouth, so I need to actually act like a kid, and maybe it'll come spewing out of my mouth. It's better that way. So you're waiting for vandalizers. Seeing if anything's coming up down the street, and Lionel, would you please make me a couple of perception checks in the tower?
Certainly.
As you have so kindly let us play around with the nimble right scene. Okay. Lionel. The dice, my friend, are not with you tonight.
They've gone cold.
They went dead cold on you. But the hint,
yeah, I've got an inspiration to burn. I'll burn.
You can burn one. Oh yeah. Oh, here comes Jay. Jeff, give me one. Inspiration for him. That's what we thought. Oh. Oh no, you really should change the color of your dice, my friend.
You suck again.
Oh no, I suck again.
So the clue, the clue that you will be given before what will be happening is you will hear. Yeah, that's right, sir. See, he blew it. You are there watching diligently from your perch up on top of the place, and you have normal street noise and things happening, and you even got, there sounds like there was a little action or some commotion going on down in the tavern below that would seem to be handled no big deal. And then you heard, watching Emmek's place, it seemed to have gone late into the night, as your companions are making their way home, the place seemed to shut down a little bit earlier than it should have. Kind of went dark and kind of went quiet in the area, and you then heard some scuttling noises and right as you're trying to get a bead on it all, your 4 companions will come down the street with this device going ring, 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 and and Ostrich, look at this, it's not working, and they're both all, and they're yelling at each other. No, you don't. And you briefly, out of the corner of your eye, see something skedaddle down the alleyway toward the eastern manhole cover. Looks like a small humanoid creature. You're deadly certain you saw a tail on the back of this creature, and you hear the rattle of the manhole cover as it closes.
So he's already gone then. There's no way I could catch up.
Yeah, by the time, you heard about your friends coming up and you get that, you would think, they were fairly quickly as you got sidetracked by seeing them and losing track, and your rolls basically were for shite.
Okay. Yeah. No, that
yeah.
And that was my own inspiration. That wasn't the one that was.
Either one, yeah. So, but you saw, and you're possibly think that maybe there was more than one skedaddling down there, made their way so let's look at this. Let me bring up Troll Skull Alley, and so we'll say it,
They're by number 3, right?
Yeah, kind of coming around the corner, and then you turn, as you hear your buffoon adventures coming from the west, and you get distracted, you turn back toward that, and then you turn back to the skedaddle, and you turn and see, and before you can your reaction wouldn't, let's just play it that way. You heard tank and some skittering, and you saw, was that like a small humanoid with a tail.
Okay. That was the one that was the one over there by the building.
I'm sorry,
number
what did
3,
I do?
Right?
3, correct.
Okay.
And a chill definitely goes down your spine, and the wound still hurts a little from the pokey that you got downstairs from your
The pokey downstairs.
the pokey, yes.
Right.
And in the sewer, sewer, get your mind out of the sewer now.
That's not right.
Oh, well, what's that?
Yeah, at least somebody didn't box my package.
No, this is your tip.
Yeah, exactly. All right, and what are y'all doing now? As y'all make y'all's way, y'all see the 4 of y'all are making your way to the tavern. The die is got a nice little night. You've got typical clientele coming in and out. If y'all are making y'all's way inside, everybody's working furiously. Leaf is actually looks like he's got everything kind of. He's been quite adept at kind of managing things, even for his age and for his size. And you're fairly certain that a couple of times when he's reaching to get a glass or a plate that might be right out of his reach, it slightly lifts up and is handed to him by nobody around him.
Oh, I wonder who that is.
Hey, and it's these are quick, and you might think, you might every night a couple of the patrons look and then they shake their head, well, they didn't see that, but y'all did. And you will also see you've got some city watch there, but then there's a couple more that are new. And when you've thought you've seen them before, but these two, there's a man and there's a woman, very, very pretty woman, and both in uniforms, but they've got City Watch paraphernalia on them, but they have wings, these badges of wings on them. And then all of a sudden y'all remember that, there are the watchmen that the Griffin Patrol, and these are y'all have seen from time to time. They are the overhead flying patrol that watch the city from up above and have these huge griffins that they ride upon, and ride in formations and things like that. and they're enjoying a meal. It looks like.
I'm gonna go as I see the two new people and grab a couple mugs, a couple pints, walk over to their table wherever they may be, and set them down and say, "These two are on the house for the new folk."
That's fine. Yeah, they could all be at that table, not a problem. And they all, and the two of them look at you and, well, thank you, sir. Normally we don't have a commoner buy us food. How did you?
You're welcome.
It's worse than that. We are
that-
the owners.
Yeah, and the other one's, oh, he's one of the owners, and then they recognize and they acknowledge that, and they nod their heads and all that, and mistaking you for, just basically a regular patron, for a brief moment, because when you approached the table and all that, you saw them all kind of move their hands to their swords or their daggers, thinking something was going on, and you've got them in your hands, and you set them down, and one of the sergeants maybe there that y'all have seen, will point points each one of y'all out, and they nod their heads, and they then go about their business, chatting and relaxing from a stressful day patrolling the city of Waterdeep. So what do y'all do?
I think Osric is a little starstruck by the presence of the Griffin Guard. He keeps checking their table out. And
she is extremely gorgeous woman.
I don't think he's like looking in like an attracted sense so much as just like amazed by their status.
Oh, you are. What are they talking about? Can we try to listen?
Can we roll a perception check to find out exactly how beautiful I think she
is. You can hear that you could roll a perception, but they're talking about the day's work. Boring. People they found. Some of them they've arrested. There's some schedules. Sounds like the Griffin Guards are talking about some upcoming classes. They've got new, patrolees that are wanting to come over, and they kind of giggle. Half of them are going to fall and break their necks, and we'll have to send them and get them fit. God help us, that we've got these new initiates that want to be in. Why can't we just do our job? And the other ones are laughing about, always got to keep the ranks swelled, with new blood type. And so it's basically any and all type of guard talk, nothing of consequence that you can pick up on.
Okay.
I think Osric will ask the group, hey, guys, I wonder, like, it'd be really helpful to maybe have like an eye in the sky, working on our side. If we're looking for
we're not paying the guards off.
What are you talking about?
Well, I'm thinking if we could
don't suggest this kind of thing.
Find a way to get them to help us out. And after all, technically that robot is part of the investigation. I think Barnabas would want to know about this development.
He told us to stay out of it.
She told us to keep this like on the low. Nobody needs to know about.
Just pretend that I didn't cross your mind, and
just drink your ale.
Yeah.
Osric clicks the button on the device.
It doesn't go off.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't go off. No, I'm laughing at it. It does sits there. It looks. Osric looks as dejected as you've ever seen as he's pushing the button, hoping that it was going to go off, and it doesn't even.
Well,
barely even clicks.
I want cat lately. What's going on with that?
I didn't prepare the ritual today. I was too busy trying to get Genmar out of prison.
Oh yeah.
I didn't really bother.
He can handle himself.
Spend the time.
Isn't that right, Genmar? You can handle yourself.
In all fairness, they were letting me go as you showed up. So.
But
anyways, Grayax, what are the books you've been reading lately?
But
I put it in order at the bookworm. I plan on getting a lot of reading done soon.
If anyone is interested, just before you came parading down the street like a bunch of drunken whores,
it's Genmar's fault.
Osric clicks the device.
Drunken whore? Do I look like a whore to you, sir?
Whoa! Why is it my fault?
Would you like me to finish?
Yes.
There was something coming out of the alley, going down towards the building. I believe it is the bent nail.
Bent nail, that's correct. Yep.
Yes, it is the bent. Two maybe more, 2 humanoid creatures went
Okay.
down the alley and went into the manhole in front of the bent nail.
Were they smaller, maybe bigger?
You say humanoid?
It was hard to tell, but I could have sworn just before I was distracted from all of the yelling and the noise that I saw a tail on the
Big gray
creatures.
axe. Didn't you build a trap somewhere?
I think we're.
I did, but it wasn't in that one. Fuck.
Guys, we were talking about maybe practicing our, were-rat hunting by going back to the place where we found that first one. You know, we kind of were kicking around the idea of becoming were-rat hunters, sort of. I don't know if you guys remember that conversation a couple of days ago.
Well,
you cannot pay me enough to go back in that sewer.
Think that maybe...
Yeah.
A little bit of confusion here is we've been in the manhole cover that they just went down, according to Lionel, and there was no... It wasn't like the original sewer we were in. It was just a normal...
Hey, Osric, why don't we, next morning, why don't we go to the Noble House and try that, finder and see if it goes off at all?
Yeah, I'd like
What is
to.
that thing
You know,
anyway?
This is really a cool little device. Osric
And
hands it
should
over.
we be showing it?
We
around
should
in
probably
these-
tell Lionel about our findings.
Yeah, Osric hands the device over to Lionel so he can check it out.
No.
Go
is
upstairs.
Lionel, why don't we go to the library?
It's not contraband. It's basically
Go to the
anyone-
library.
It's just a toy
Go to
to
the
people who are just
library?
looking at it. It's not a big
Where are
deal.
we supposed to go?
Not the library. It's
If
the
you guys,
library.
yeah, no, the
I
library
haven't
is.
had time to clean it up from when
That's-
the bomb hit the building.
That's well.
Oh, you've had Leaf's taken care of that. There's
Yeah,
been
the
a few
place is
days
nice
and
now.
some of the staff. Y'all have only let Leaf is the only one. He's basically taken over the upstairs areas, and he won't let anybody up there except for y'all.
Okay.
Good job, Leaf.
He's
If we
damn
want to
right.
set up like,
What'd you
we want to
expect?
set up like.
Does he say? Is that what he said?
Floor
He
two's
says,
got a
damn
lounge.
right, and he holds out his
Oh.
dagger at us.
Damn right. What is right, Pops? And you basically he holds his hand up like a high five in the air, and you see it kind of move back a little bit, but y'all don't see anything, but his hand does move back a little bit, and
I don't like this.
and then
This is turning into.
he does a little
Right.
he like licks his finger, and he goes tss, and he walks off,
I don't like this. I don't like this.
Hey,
I
Dad,
don't-
you know the movie Monster House? I
Yeah.
think we're moving towards that. I
Yeah.
don't like it. I really don't like it.
You know what? No. And briefly, as he does that and y'all are grimacing and saying this stuff, it gets very cold around y'all for a brief moment and then just disappears.
Joke's on you, I'm used to the cold.
You want to play, huh? Alrighty, they still
I've got
want to play.
Fire flowing through my veins.
It gets cold though. It does get cold. Anyway,
But I'm
so
Go somewhere where other people cannot see this. thing.
Yes, let's
Then
go
We have
upstairs.
a lounge on the second floor.
Let's just go to that then.
Oh.
After you, let us go.
After you.
Yeah, it was your idea.
I'm gonna grab the
Are we
device
really
and walk
doing this?
upstairs.
It was your idea. You guys go first.
Okay. I'll go upstairs to the lounge.
Yeah.
y'all can go upstairs. Oh, I need actually. Ooh, hold on. Well, we need to go upstairs, don't we? So let's go. People want to see Troll Skull Manor 2. We going upstairs to the library?
No,
I
the
think we're
second
going to the
floor
lounge
little
on the second
lounge
floor.
area.
Oh. The floor scheme up here is a little lighter.
It is. It is different. Hold on. Let me. I thought that was Zach. I thought that was his. Hold on. Options. Oh, it is. Okay. Second floor player grid. Here. No, that's the old. Ooh, hold on. Troll Skull Manor. Bear with me.
We just
It
have
is.
different wood.
That's what I. Well, it's because. Well, but y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make sure I'm giving the right one because we don't want to ruin y'all. So.
I mean,
No, it is. It actually. Okay, so this is the second floor. The wood was done differently up on the second floor and all that. So this is the
hate
right.
it.
Oh,
whoa.
big
Yeah,
token.
it's just bigger
Was
grids.
the
I'm not worried
floor
about it.
also made smaller, like miniature?
No, it's just I didn't put just deal with it. So I could redo
I
the
take up 2
grid.
of the chairs instead of 1.
Yeah. Well, okay. Fine. They want to do it.
rubbing
Okay.
against the ceiling.
You bastards here. Okay, fine. I'll do this. All right. Hold
Now
on.
it's all Abdel's fault.
No, I'm gonna
Shut
remove. You bastards want to play with me? Fine. I'm gonna do it this way.
We've got
So,
some giant chairs.
Do not group us all in.
We're going for very
oh,
specific.
like I've told the rest of the group, it's guilt by association. If one of you's messing with me, you're all getting it. So
You're all getting put in the jail cells.
there you go. Okay, now.
No,
It feels really small. It's way too tiny.
There you go.
Have to make an athletics check to get in these chairs.
Seriously.
All right, you bastards.
Even smaller we go.
Yeah, you get a green dragon here in a second. It's going to just come right through the ceiling, take you all out. Nice playing with you.
Please.
Go play
Take out a
Pathfinder.
couple of wolves.
Go play Pathfinder.
I like Pathfinder.
I could run
Yeah,
Pathfinder
of course
for you
do.
if you want.
Negatory. Okay. Anyway, they're on. Yes, y'all are little. You're all feeling like Osric now, and a little bit in big chairs, little people. Okay.
How does it fail?
Yeah. So
You know
this.
what? It's a little bit, more beneficial than being super tall.
So y'all haven't. I thought we shared all these, but see, like here's room 3.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
share 'em. I have
Yeah.
them in my hotbar.
Yeah, and then 4 was the upper. Yeah. Okay. So little Leaf's area. He's upstairs.
That's one swanky library.
Okay. All right. So what are we doing?
Now, please to tell this one, what is this contraption you have?
This is basically it's a device that can
Nibble right finder.
detect the constructs, the nimble rights. If we click this little handle here, and Osric depresses the handle, nothing happens. He's like, if something, if a nimble right is nearby, then this little umbrella thing on top will spin around, and that'll give us an indication that there's a nimble right in the area. And I was told that the range is about 500 feet.
And
Or,
why
you know-
is it you have this contraption? What is the purpose?
Yes. So we were heading towards the house of the inspired hands, and well, we were assailed by this. It looked like a nimble right up on the
You
top
went
of their roof.
sailing?
No, I said we were assailed. And we were attacked. We were attacked. Basically, we thought we were being attacked, but basically the bottom line is that there's a creature living in the attic of the place that it's basically a nimble right, but it's not programmed. It's kind of doing its own thing. It's embodied by its own spirit, yeah. And it builds things, and these things, sort of come alive. The problem is it built its own, twin brother kind of duplicate thing, and that duplicate just kind of left. However, Nim, that's the name of him. Nim can't leave. He's zoned in to the church with a glyph of wording or some sort of spell of a similar effect.
So, what you tell Lionel is that this is a rogue, and he looks at Osric. This is a rogue.
That's exactly right.
construct.
That is a very good word to use. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he's a rogue construct. He's basically doing his own damn thing, and and in this case, he's throwing fireballs down at innocent people and crowds.
May-
So
may
And they
Lionel
offered.
pose something. Do you think, by any stretch of the imagination, that the Zentarim have taken this construct and have it doing their bidding?
that's
It
might be a good
something.
assumption.
It's
I
definitely something
thought
to
about
consider.
that while we were there.
That's what we're afraid of. I was trying to ascertain, whether these things can be reprogrammed or not. We don't know if the one that Nim built can be reprogrammed or not, but it's certainly doing dastardly deeds. So I wouldn't put it past the Zentarim to do such a thing at all. That's why I was, Abdel had a good idea that we would maybe swing by the noble house, the Galrund house, Gralhund,
Gralhund. Yep. Gralhund. Yep.
and try to activate
had
this
this
thing.
idea?
Me.
Abdel.
Lionel looks at Abdul and gets a big toothy grin. He says, That is an excellent idea, my big
Yeah,
friend.
we're rubbing off
You're
on him.
pretty big too, so you don't need to call me big friend.
Big and
You are
lanky. not-
much bigger than I.
So,
Much bigger.
but by the way, who's taller? If you all were to stand
I'm
like
taller.
back to back
Who's
or eye to
taller?
eye.
I'm 7'5".
Oh.
And
Okay.
he's full of muscles.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's.
Muscles ain't the
Big.
most important thing. you
Oh
know.
no, I'm
Don't try to feed
7'6".
me
I'm
my
not
Vegemite
7'5".
sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, Abdel had the good idea. You know,
That
we're
was
rubbing off
very
on
good
him.
idea.
If
Very
you stick
good.
around, I told him he's gonna have to start taking wizard lessons pretty soon here. It's inevitable.
I wish I didn't feed into this. But yeah,
Did
they
you
also
know-
offered 500 gold, the lady, for the destruction of the rogue, Nimblewright, and we
Yeah,
need to bring
that's-
proof of it, like its head,
Yep.
back.
And anyway, that's another good point. But you know, look, I wasn't trying to make you guys like worried or anything. I was just thinking, like, just kind of spitballing. I feel like maybe you guys take me a bit too seriously sometimes. But if we could maybe get the Griffin Guard to maybe like help us out somehow. If we could talk to Mr. Barnabas, let him know that they don't interrupt.
Don't drag
Weren't you
Lionel
just like
into
on like
this.
the edge of your seat earlier, trying to get him out of jail, and now you're telling him to shut up?
Oh, I thought that was Grey Axe, because Grey Axe yelled at Osric. See, the thing is, I'm looking at Fantasy Grounds, and Fantasy
Osric?
Grounds doesn't tell me who's talking, and
No.
you
Osric,
and
are you
Genmar
going-
sound alike to me.
Osric, Osric, are you
That's
going
the first
senile?
Ostric's losing it.
Oh, I'm at the ripe old age of 22, not like my great-great-grandfather Bilbo. He was 11 when he went senile.
Bilbo Baggins.
Are we really going this route? Are we really plagiarizing?
Oh, we just lost all our monetization, sorry.
Yeah, my terms of service just broke. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Great.
Checks in the mail.
Yeah. No check now, thanks to that. So I have to send a check. So
So, anyways, to get back to whatever we were
Story.
talking
To get back on
Anyway,
track.
so my original idea was that we could, talk to Mr. Barnabas, let him know that this situation is happening. We need to bring him into this.
No,
It's
we
just
don't.
It's
What?
just like the necklace. Stop, guys, stop. It's just like the damn necklace. The necklace was evidence of a crime, and guess who used it potentially was this rogue, good word by the way, rogue Nimblewright. Okay, so he's the perpetrator. If we
And
don't
you-
let him know that this is happening, and then we're just as bad as if we hung on to the necklace.
Right.
May Lionel
I'll
ask
remind you
another
that I was
question.
arrested. I was arrested a minute ago, and he was very irate that.
Well, you had the contraband. That's the thing. There was a misunderstanding. If we go straight to Mr. Barnabas and don't let some lackey know, what's happening, just tell the lackey you need to speak to
He's-
Mr. Barnabas.
He told
Well,
me
they-
to my face that he's
May
getting very
Lionel
tired of
ask
seeing
another
us.
question, please.
I'm
She
pretty
also,
sure.
she
Oh,
also
my goodness.
asked us to, keep
Yeah,
this on the low.
that's right.
Yeah, that too.
Guys, if we didn't want to be involved, we wouldn't have gone to the place. There's obviously something in your hearts that are telling you that this is the right thing to do.
Not
We
tell
went to the
him.
church and inquired about.
Let me ask you a question, please.
I will admit there's a part of me that's interested
I-
to see what
Let
he'll say if we
my
tell
big
him, but
friend
I don't
talk,
really think
guys.
that's a good idea.
I will cede the floor to Mr. Lionel. You have 2 minutes.
Did the lady that gave you this instrument, did she tell you to keep it a secret?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
she's worried about
Answer my question, Osric.
she's worried about repercussions that will come down on her. And I'm
Is
just
that a yes or a no? It's 2 words, please.
Yes. Lionel.
so Osric
Aye.
Here we go again.
Osric pauses
nothing.
for a moment.
I need yes or no, please, Mr. Osric. Did she tell you to keep it a secret? Yes or no?
guys, I feel like everyone's ganging up
Oh
on me.
my goodness! This man
know
has
what, Leo?
diarrhea's coming out of his mouth. What is going on with him?
Oh my God.
You know
We got
what,
a sorry. There's a raid coming in, Nightheart. They're just coming in at the back end of this.
Let me tell you something, Lionel. You can piss right
Oh.
off, okay?
Whoa!
Screw you, man. You got some kind of hair up your ass about me, and I don't appreciate it. So you can piss
I
right
have hair
off.
all over me. What is wrong with you? You are going to be pissed on.
Osric tosses.
We are playing, folks.
Hector. onto
Yes
the table,
or no? Did
and he
lady
leaves the
tell you
room.
to be a secret.
Osric leaves the room.
2000.
What the
Osric,
heck?
no, stay.
Osric.
How old? You are 20.
I'm gonna cast
Leave the
command on
device,
Osric to
please.
stay in
If
the
you're
I
room.
think
going
you are only
downstairs,
2.
leave the device.
I'm casting command on Osric to stay.
And
Jesus.
you 3 let him have that
Is that how
instrument.
command
We
works?
took it. We didn't.
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
it
give it
is.
to him.
Are you gonna cast a spell?
Yeah.
I would not trust him with a toothbrush.
I just
cast
wanna-
counter spell. No.
Hang on, well, I do want to make sure that it's okay to cast spells on party members. Is that
Not
alright with you?
really. No, not really.
I don't have a problem with it at all, but there are tables
Well,
where
I
that
mean,
kind
if we're
of stuff
playing,
is not
as long as we
permitted.
make sure we're role playing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, this is all for roleplay, but I do want to make sure it's allowed at your table.
So if I usually only allow it if both parties, if in the instance that you're playing it out, we're role playing and it doesn't
Absolutely.
offend somebody, yeah.
Absolutely.
So because we're
If
definitely
you want to cast a spell,
There you go, pal.
what's the range? Is there a range on command? Am I in range as I'm at the
60
door?
feet. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're in range.
Yeah.
All right. So you give Osric a command to stay.
Yeah.
So Osric heads up to the door, and then he's compelled to just stand at the door.
Fuming.
Osric.
And he turns around, and he yells, "Oh shit, man! I don't have anything good to say." Like Osric is.
How about yes
Osric's
or
very
no?
upset.
Osric, let's just be civilized.
I don't
Be
care if you
civilized
scream it or not.
halflings
You
here.
say yes or no.
Let's be civilized halflings, please. Let's just talk this out.
Osric says yes. He says yes. Okay, Lionel. Yes. Is that the
Thank
answer you were looking for? She doesn't want to be discovered.
I was looking for yes or no.
Well, you got your yes. I hope you're happy.
Okay. I am.
But here's the thing, man. Here's the
smiling.
thing. You've been
Look,
against me
Lionel,
ever
he
since I
did-
walked
said
into the
yes.
damn bar. You're telling me to stay away from the boy. You're telling me not to be around children, like I'm some kind of creep. I'm not a damn creep.
Lionel.
No matter what
I
you
don't-
say, no matter what my father says, no matter what any of you say.
Lionel.
Your father.
Let,
Oh my
stop before,
god.
we should stop before
I'm
this
not who
goes
people
any
think I
further.
am. Just because I know how to pick a lock doesn't mean I'm some
This
kind of bastard.
this Ostrich should definitely has changed over the last after the last sessions when he was after the knock on the head.
If you don't think I'm trying to do the right
This
thing,
is the
that's
same
fine.
Osric that I remember
Osric.
from the warehouse.
If you don't think I'm trying to do the right thing, that's fine.
You
I won't be
misunderstand.
involved anymore. Perhaps
You
Mr. Prater made a mistake
misunderstand,
picking me to be on his team. I'm very sorry that I
You've never
upset you,
said
Mr.
that.
Lionel. Good
You
night. And you leave.
You can't leave.
misunderstand. You cannot
That spell lasts for 6 seconds. Sorry.
Oh, never mind.
So unless you're
Yeah.
gonna try and cast it again, Osric is gonna go ahead and depart, and he's gonna slam the door behind him.
Well,
Oh, Jesus Christ. Big
At
Leaf,
least he
stop
didn't-
him.
That is just like a woman.
Oh my god.
Oh yes,
oh.
the rejects. We
Jesus Christ.
we will we'll hold scene there. Now, so make sure. Okay, so make sure everybody's good because that did definitely get intense right
Little
there.
fire tears rolls down the cheek.
Oh.
So people are coming this going, what in the hell is happening? With the,
Yeah, that was
he's
the
base-
perfect time for a raid.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yeah.
the worst possible moment.
Yeah, they're coming
I
in
don't
going,
know.
Ray. Yeah, we want to thank Nightheart. Yes, thank y'all for raiding as we were having this was an in-game heated discussion of what their steps were.
Yeah, I just want to be clear. We're all having fun.
It may sound pretty intense. I just let it sit back. That was awesome. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. Y'all have a decision to make. We will cut here for the night. I guess we'll take it to the Discord room. Y'all have to figure out how to put Humpty Dumpty back together again here to what is your next step and what you need to do. This is what the discussion was about, but the question is, where are you going to go with it?
Prepare for caps lock.
So I'll let y'all determine that a little bit in chat this week, and we will pick up here and to see if based on what y'all determine, then I'll be prepared to direct y'all for the next step in the adventure here. But yes, definitely a lot there. Yeah, that's fine. You could, that's fine. And thank Nightheart. Y'all were coming in for the raid after y'all session. I really appreciate it. And unfortunately, we were just wrapping up here. 11 o'clock is our stop time on Thursday nights. But I was letting the guys were in this lovely discussion on their in their manner. So guys, as always, good job. We just for alert for y'all. I've got a seminar to next Thursday. It's supposed to end by 7. I think I won't be there that long for it. It starts at 4:30 downtown, but I just want to make sure we may have like a 30-minute push next Thursday just to start a little bit later, but we'll still only play till 11, but just be on the lookout. I'll let y'all know that day. Okay.
By the way,
and then Halloween's off.
And then Halloween we're off, because I'm actually playing with Nightheart and then hitting the road for Gamehole Con Friday morning. So Nightheart's supposed to send me some information about their game. I'm going to Nightheart Gaming actually does real in tabletop gameplay with miniatures and cameras and all that. And so it's going to be interesting for me to play a part of their game, and I'm actually virtual into their system to see their table angles and the camera angles and all that to play with miniatures. So I'm looking forward to it. So hopefully everybody will tune in and watch that game that night. So, question, someone was asking me something?
I just wanted to make a point of order. When Osric left the table, he left the Nimblewright detector on the table, just to let you guys know.
Okay. It's right there.
So it's back in the party sheet.
Put it in the party sheet. That's fine.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's back.
Okay.
This Nimblewright is splitting us apart.
It's splitting the party. That's right. Okay, yep. All right, guys. We're going to say goodnight here. We'll be back tomorrow night on the Wizards of the Couch with our Lost Minds of Fandelver group. And then we're back here Sunday night for episode 4 of our Halloween Spectacular with these channels. So make sure and everybody come watch as they are wrapping up or trying to wrap up Haunt number 2 and moving into Haunt 3 and see what juicy trouble they get into. But we shall see. But and then, if y'all hadn't heard, Monday night on the Wizards of the Couch channel, 9 o'clock Central, we are going to have the lovely Sarah Franzetta of the granddaughter of Frank Franzetta, who y'all will know or may not know, is the artist of one of this lovely picture. And we're going to be talking about his legacy and all that they are doing to keep his work in the public eye and the foundation. Yes, the Franzetta girls Sarah is going to be on the show Monday night, and we will be talking about everything about him and his artwork, and I'll have a running stream of some of the other artwork and things like that. But yes, she is going to be on the show. It's going to be awesome.
A little bit of trivia about this picture. So the easy one is that everyone knows that this picture is the Molly Hatchet cover.
Bounty Hunter.
Album cover. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And the lesser known trivia, I think, Genmar, you're in the army, right?
No.
Oh, you're not? Who's in the army? Who gets to listen to those bugle sounds?
That's me. That's my phone.
I thought Genmar was in the army.
Well, continue what you were saying. Go ahead.
So at 3 Corps, which is at Fort Hood, Texas, there's a huge statue of this horse and the horseman with the hatchet and everything, and it is fucking awesome. It's a really cool sculpture, and that's the 3 Corps mascot, if you will, is Molly Hatchet. Mm-hmm. It's a really cool statue.
Yeah, they use the other one, the hunter. This is the bounty hunter. Then there's the dwarven figure. It's from the Flirt and Disaster album. So, we were going to be teasing this when we unfortunately lost Mr. Elmore, who couldn't be on the show, who's coming back in November. So don't forget, folks. So he'll be back in November to be on the show. And we're going to see if we can get some giveaways going that night with him and some of his work. But anyway, so Monday night she will be on the show, and we've still got our regular week of streaming up through Thanksgiving, and then we'll be headed toward Gamehole Con that Friday morning. So good job, guys. Thanks to everybody in stream for watching and hanging out. Nightheart, thank y'all for coming over and doing the quick raid. Unfortunately, at the end of our show, but we all love raids to each other. That's the name of the game. So I will see everybody back tomorrow night on the Wizards of the Couch, 8:00 p.m. for Lost Minds of Fandelver. Y'all be good. Take care. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.